Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're finally back with TFC Tuesday Night Pugs. I'm Sam. That's Cody. We're the Final Central, also known as TFC. And man, what a 2 weeks it's been, I think, since we've last broadcasted, Cody. But it's nice to be back on the desk and able to just play some games with the community and hanging out and watching some finals, man. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm just happy to be here and watch some games. I think you're pretty excited because you have some cool things you've been working on in preparation for some future things. But I don't think we want to hold off any longer. I'm in a queue right now.
All right.
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, well, let's get it running then. I'm ready to roll whenever you are. And yeah, tonight's stream, crossing our fingers, should be super upgraded. We've got like brand new ways to capture Cody's stream, which if you guys are new around here for Pucks, this is kind of our training ground as well for testing new production techniques and things like that. And I am super excited. We've really cooked in the background in just this last week, prepping for, you know, PHL and stuff like that and future tournaments coming up hopefully. And so I'm praying everything goes according to plan, because if so, this is gonna be sick. But yeah, already looks like we've got a great turnout. Plenty of games going on already. No time to waste. Let's just get into the action, Cody.
Yep, you are absolutely right. Going into a foggy Skyway Stadium at a wonderful 6 p.m. Joining Navy Street Agent Penguin and Tom Toast. I see a very particular outfit that I know all too well being ran by Navy Street in the winch. Looks like the shack is accompanying there. And some interesting guys on the other team, Sam. Haven't got too good of a view at the username, but we'll get into that in a moment. It looks like on the live wires, I have Hemorrhoids and Ron the Don TikTok as well as Eon. So yeah. I'm very excited already, jumping in with Navy Street. Sam, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, huge shout out to the people on the live wires. New names here. We love to see it. I know there's quite a few people that jumped into Pugs, and we're going to get right into the actions. Navy Street's already taking half some damage, down to half health as he's trying to wall tech up through the hotel here. Tom Toast also down pretty low as well. No returning fire coming through just yet. But we're going to stay on board with Navy Street here as he tries to go ahead and climb up top. I have Hemorrhoids finding the first blood onto Agent Penguin. That's one down on the side. The Boundless Tom Toast, though, going to go take control of this vault and look to go ahead, I think, and make a plug. He's going to get spotted by Hemorrhoids. He's going to look to go and burn that piece of toast, Cody.
Yep, already some great pressure from the live wires, but I don't know if he sees the winch comes in onto Tom Toast, and that sword does way too much damage. Down goes I have Hemorrhoids. It looks like Eon fell off the map. Ron the Don just holding it out for the live wires, incredibly low. The winch comes in. It's a 1v1, but hold on, Agent Penguin's up as well now. Not too great of a position for the live wires here. The box, though, has been plugged. The revive coming in. It looks like they were handling it off. Down goes Tom Toast. I have Hemorrhoids doing a great job of here, just staying alive, staying out the mix, and fighting everything they can do to stay alive. But I don't think it's enough. Hold on, we ran out of bullets. Down goes I have Hemorrhoids. Navy Street getting a great pick there, and the Boundless in a good position.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our TFC. Remember how the rest of that fight unfolded, but the Boundless go ahead and controlling this cash out, doing pretty well, not taking positioning on Crane, which I feel like is the pretty standard play here, Cody.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think maybe they might have heard you. Nope, opting to just take the height on the screen there. I have Hemorrhoids and not too great for spot. Great that back 50. The dome is down though, and they're not going to have a ton of time or energy to really get in and make the space here. So they got to be careful. Looks like someone's running sonar nades. I have Hemorrhoids really has to be careful to kind of make some sort of push here and get around, because they're holding their positioning incredibly well, Sam.
Yeah, Boundless doing a great job here. Like I said, that Crane is a massive power position, but talking about massive, Hemorrhoids fighting nice damage there onto Navy Street to go ahead and get that pick. We're going to go ahead and see Eon, I think, getting busy as well, along with Ron here, just trying to find the pick on the Agent Penguin, who does get out with that gateway. Nice do there as protection on the cash out. Agent Penguin battling it out with Ron the Don. It's not going to be enough, though, as that P90 from Ron going to take down Agent Penguin. That just leaves Navy Street and Tom Toast, while Ron, in critical health here, is going to have to play pretty passively as he's going to pull out that heal beam to get Eon back back up to strength. Hemorrhoids, though, finding the pick onto Navy Street. This is great positioning if you're the Livewires. However, Tom Toast going off again, finds two there. Can he find the third? He's literally one swipe away. And no, Eon going absolutely massive there, Cody. Let's take a look back at that.
Getting a great steal, and that might be it for the Boundless on this box, Sam.
Yeah, Livewire is getting a nice retake there. A massive clutch out of Eon there to go ahead and flip that into their possession. Map's not over, though. You know, we still have plenty of finals left to play here on Skyway Stadium, Cody.
Yeah, Tom Toast is kind of a demon with this sword. I mean, the movement, look, he's hitting the angle so he can fly a little bit more and hit like the B-hop. I don't know what I've seen that before, but holy, that is crazy. And now Navy Street kind of split up from Tom Toast, running double light here on the side of the Boundless. Coming in, Navy Street able to get one. The question is, can the team support him? He has 15 health and they are chasing. They want the kill very badly. The hand res now coming in onto Ron the Dawn. Not too great of a position for Navy Street. Needs to try to get out there. I'm hoping that Tom Toast or Agent Penguin can get a gateway to get their friend out of there. I mean, they kind of left him to dry, moving the box 130 meters away now, Sam.
Yeah, Navy Street doing a great job there kiting. I mean, we know the heavy health regen can take quite a while to kick in, and he managed to drop in one floor underneath the live wires to where they didn't actually spot him, and I think that was crucial for the health regen. But if we look at the map here, they are very split. As Eon's going to find a pick onto Tom Toast. Agent Penguin getting that trade, but down to 1 HP as that's going to get traded out by Ron the Dawn. Navy Street now, last one remaining. We did see that he was lagging behind kind of over on that mansion side. Livewire's going to go ahead and pick up this ball and probably look for a plug here. It's Navy Street's going to go ahead and wipe out the Boundless himself.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the best option, right? Navy Street was just really split from the team to begin with. Waiting for the coin really isn't going to do too much either here, so just opting for the wipe to all group and respawn together is probably the best move going forward. But the Livewires are looking really well here, Sam. Overall, I'm kind of wondering if the Boundless are going to be able to take it together because the double light is just kind of making them really squishy.
Yeah, totally right. I mean, double light does make it very fragile. And while that is the case, we do see a lot of damage. You know, Tom Toast being on that sword has almost come in clutch twice now. I mean, typically finding two, almost finding the entire wipe onto the live wires there before getting traded out in that last fight, as you recall. We're going to jump on board, though, with Agent Penguin here. Going to look to see what they can make happen as Navy Street's going to find a ton of damage and look to kite away and hopefully get away with his life. We've seen how elusive he can be and managing to escape out of these situations. We also see Tom getting sturdy up top there with the live wires, but ultimately going to go down to Eon. Navy Street finding a kill with that pyro mine, though, as Agent Penguin's going to keep him nice and healthy. It's a 2v2 fight here currently, and health pool, honestly, on the side of the Boundless as Navy is going to continue to go in and find a pick onto Ron. Last one remaining is Eon on the side of the live wires, down to 1 HP. Does he manage to somehow escape this, Cody? I don't believe so.
Man, so close there. I mean, both of these teams are playing so well. It's really... really quickly, and that's kind of just being nice. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get here.
Totally right, Cody. And ultimately, we are going to stay on board with Navy Street as he tries to find this. And I'm going to let you take this away real quick because I realized I don't have audio on the replays. 1 second. I'm going to fix that on my end. Should be fixed.
No worries. Navy Street doing some great damage, but does he notice the entirety of the live wires here to fight and ball it out? Tom Toast taking damage. Down goes him. It's just Agent Penguin holding it out. And the Boundless got in the box. So this fight doesn't matter too much. Agent Penguin is holding it on. That's all right. We're going to wipe, we're going to reset, and we're going to move on to the next box. The last box of this match. It is 25-25, tied directly here. And everything relies on this fight now. Whoever can get control of this vault, move it over to what I'm guessing is going to be box D. It's kind of the best position here. Mansion kind of tough to hold, though. I mean, there's so many different angles. You really have to be careful and utilize spawn trapping, which is something that is especially important here on this map. Now already moving the box with a gateway well placed here. The Boundless not too sure what their plan is. Looks like they're moving onto the vault. They have now realized that the gateways come in and Are we going to chase it? It looks like it's so. Trying to get some damage in. Tom Toast doing a great job with that kill, but he makes it incredibly hard to get anything happening. Agent Penguin trying to clean up the mess that Tom Toast has made, throwing the gateway to try to get some height onto the live wires. They have now jumped off this power plant. Agent Penguin trying to get some more damage to help Navy Street, and Navy Street's really struggling to find anything at all. The battle is going out in every single direction. Agent Penguin gets a pick on two. Not too sure. I didn't see it. I missed it. It's all right. It happens. Ronda Dawn is popping off, though. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It looks like the kill feed's like delayed. That's interesting. But unfortunately, I Have Hemorrhoids has gotten a great pick onto Agent Penguin here. And the live wires have wiped the Boundless. That's okay. There's a ton of time left. They have probably one, maybe two good pushes left here. Man, that Double Light is just still really struggling to find any sort of footing. I feel like they're leaving Navy Street out to dry almost, Sam.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like Mansion, you said earlier, is a very competitive area, right? You got to be careful of that office spawn because that does actually create a power position that you can watch depending on your positioning from Mansion. But also, if you're not controlling spawns, you can flip on the other side like they have here on the Plaza side. Boundless is going to look to make an approach, though. Agent Penguin almost clutching up there with nice movement. This does, I feel like, favor the live wires just because of the health pool and where the cash out location is. If you're the Boundless, you need to find some picks here, or you need to find a way to go ahead and manipulate that cash out to be more advantageous on your squishy light players. And unfortunately, Agent Penguin is going to go down there, but we're seeing the steal tilt now coming out of Tom Toast. Unfortunately, everybody from the live wires looking at him, and that is going to be a wipe, Cody. And I believe that is map over to the live wires.
Yeah, they had a strong fight on the side of the Boundless, man, but the live wires were just something else. You see them, they're getting all the gold, all the coins, all of themselves. They played great, and that's all I can say. The live wires taking this one home.
Yeah, what a banger of a first match for our welcome back to Pug Night, Cody. I mean, super close across the board. We made it to final cash out. I mean, lots of clutch plays there out of Tom Toast, and just unfortunately not enough as Eon going 6-4 there, making a lot of clutch moments for his team to stay in that. Yeah,
you know, Eon did do great, but I have hemorrhoids. Just saying. I hate that I have to keep saying that name, but man, he makes it hard not to. 8-5. 6.5k damage. I mean, that sounds like the MVP to me, but really all of them were just moving as a unit. Looking at the assists, you could tell that they were playing together, playing as a team, and at the end of the day, in 33s, that's what wins you games.
Absolutely, Cody. And I'm already seeing in chat Utopian calling for us to go ahead and cast their game, so I'm not sure if their lobby is ready just yet, but we got no time to waste, man. I had plenty of games to get through tonight. As you guys know, we run these for about 2 hours. The broadcast we'll be doing that again tonight, and then yeah, we're kind of back. So Cody, I know it's been like a couple weeks. How's it feeling casting again?
Little rusty, I'm not gonna lie, but to be fair, we do a lot here at our Pug Night, so that doesn't help.
Totally. Yeah, and shout out Artie. I see him in chat as well. That's the Sam fella. Yeah, unfortunately, X.com, the everything app, stole my handle. I couldn't have TFC Sam anymore. And thus the birth of Sam the fella. Here we are. So yeah, that's the new Twitter handle for the foreseeable future, because I'm sorry, TFC Sam is not worth $50 a month.
Yeah, really? You don't think it's worth $50 a month?
No, no way.
Oh, okay. All right, for sure. Well, I don't want to hold out too much longer. We already have another match running it up. It looks like we're waiting for everyone to say they're ready, but we're moving on to Soul Under Construction. And on the side of the Boundless, we have Kai, Second Samurai, Cortisol.
That's a returning name.
No, I was just going to brush over that one.
Yeah.
The Live Wires, Tactical Turtle, Utopian, my goat, and Jog as well. Hopefully the repeater shots, if he's still using it. Maybe he's decided to finally switch off the FCAR and, you know, get rid of the point and click meta, because it doesn't work for him too well. It really is a flip the coin for that guy.
You're totally right. I mean, and one of the things you actually do mention is that the repeater, like, is he still going to be using it? I actually have not watched a lot of finals in the last week because we've been so busy that I know there's been some changes across the board, and I'm not even sure like what is meta right now. So this is going to be interesting.
That's a great question. I think already we're seeing some interesting choices from Kai and Cortisol. Looks like the KS-23 on the heavy with the charge and slam, and Kai running the M11, which makes sense, I think, overall. For a second, I thought it was the V9S, but no, I am wrong. Second Samurai, though, F-Car, interesting choice as well. Seems like we have moved away a little bit from the point-and-shoot meta that we saw so much back then before the patch. But overall, I'm excited to get into this match. Soul Under Construction is always incredibly fun to watch. Sam, take it from there.
Yeah, let's jump on board with Cortisol here. Rocking the KS-23 Barricade, motion sensor of all things, and C4. This is a very interesting setup.
The epitome of meta here at TFC Pugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now Cortisol, if you recall, Cody, because it's been a while, was known for La Meta. Utopian finding a backstab immediately. Sorry, we're just right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Second Samurai going down to Utopian. First blood and finding the crit on Cortisol's Turtle's gonna clean him up. Turtle going crazy this raid season, by the way, hitting Diamond. Congratulations to him. Kai, last remaining on the side of the Boundless, Cody. And just before it started, it's already over.
Yeah, really just didn't have too much time to spread their wings there inside of the Boundless. The Live Wires came in hot. Utopian always just coming in with the backstab as he does. I mean, that guy is starting to get a little too good at it. I don't know if we can get like a wellness check or something, but someone needs to stop him.
No, we do. He's been spending too much time with the dojo, which I'm sad to say. I think Way Fauster, or one of the Way Foul boys, will not be here tonight. He's on 11-hour shift, so no full dojo plan tonight. But Utopian finding one again on a Cortisol, wasting no time yet again. It feels like that's going to be the case with him, as Tactical Turtles finding the pick onto Second Samurai. Last one remaining on the side of the Boundless is Kai. And if you're the light, Cody, this is a tough situation, being as he runs out of dashes and ultimately goes off the map.
There's only one choice there as the light in this situation, and that's jumping off the map. But Jog, I love this guy. Running the FAMAS, you know, he's really just given up on the CB01 repeater. I think he's contemplating what I'm saying right now. It's really just getting into that dome of his. But overall, I think the Live Wires are playing so incredibly well. And taking a look at the scoreboard here, all of them are moving as a unit and playing together and doing what they need to do. But Utopian especially, really just the MVP. But I don't want to talk too much about what has happened. Let's talk about what is happening now. Kai moving in, trying to get some sort of angle, but man, that crane is really just getting in the way of any sort of plan of the Boundless. Ton of damage coming out on the Cortisol. Down goes Second Samurai by tapping the Turtle to H+. Trying to get Cortisol into the fight, but it's just not enough. They're split. The Vanish Bomb trying to keep Kai alive, and nothing is doing. It's just nothing's happening for the Boundless. They need to do something. Jog getting a pick on a Cortisol. It's Kai again, holding it out for the Boundless. Gets a pick on a Jog. This might be the time, but hold on. The defib comes in, gets Jog up, and unfortunately, down goes the Boundless, Sam.
Yeah, Utopia's been really crucial in this entire match so far, finding these entry frags. I mean, Second Samurai finding an early death there. Cortisol getting picked up by Jog. Kai finally getting a trade out. I think that might be the first one that we've gotten on the board here, but ultimately just not enough for the Boundless. And that's going to be first cash out going to the side of the Live Wires.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think what the Boundless can do here. I mean, they have a good setup, right? They're light, medium, heavy. You know, if I'm Cortisol, I'm probably taking off the KS-23. You know, we tried it, we gave it a run, but let's put it back in. Just sorry.
Yeah, the question is this final round or head-to-head? I'm 99% sure this is final round, which means loadouts, unfortunately, are locked. So he is stuck with that decision there. Now, I will say on the side of Cortisol, he's running motion sensor. Utopian is on the cloak, and look at that. Cortisol finding the pick onto Utopian there. First one, I think, of the game. That might be Utopian's first death, in fact. Boundless, though, now going to have the lead here. Going to go ahead and control this ball and see what they can make happen, as Tactical Turtle and Jog actually have great positioning here. Nice damage ringing out on the side of Tactical Turtle onto Second Samurai, down to a bar and a half. Nice cleanup as he goes ahead and jumps off the map. That was an interesting decision, to say the least.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
What
Cody.
happened? No, I was just going to say that's kind of crazy. How did he fall off the map? Tactical Turtle trying to get some sort of play on a Cortisol here, taking a ton of damage. Not really too good of a position for him yet. Down goes Cortisol. Jog says, thank you. Here's my elbow. Moving on. Next, please. Kai now and Second Samurai trying to hold out, trying to get some revenge for Cortisol. Gets a pick onto Jog. Kai with that M11 really shredding through the rest of the team. Down down goes Utopian too. Kai getting 2 picks here. He's now Tactical Turtle holding it out for the rest of the team, and all of them are up, but the health differential's there. You'll notice, no, getting the defense, trying to keep his teammate up, trying to get a reset here, throws down the goo, and Kai sees it, trying to get some sort of damage or some sort of play, keeping them at bay, while Second Samurai plugs the box here and wastes time. This is a great play here, staggering the team as much as you can and trying to get as much time down onto that box as possible, so then they don't have a ton of options left, and it looks like Utopian's trying to speed that up. They don't want to waste any time. They're moving that gateway, and Sam, I think we have something really interesting going on.
Yeah, nice gateway play here as the Livewires are going to go ahead and make their approach onto the Boundless, who have been holding this hospital with, I mean, great positioning overall. Second Samurai starting to take some damage, but we're going to go see the flank coming in out of Utopian here. He has been absolutely deadly as Jog actually finds first blood in this fight onto Second Samurai. Utopian looking for that backstab, isn't going to find it as Kai gets the trade out onto him. It's now a 2v2 situation as Cortisol is down to half health. Kai down to critical HP, does find the pick on the Utopian, but Tactical Turtle to take him out as well. Cortisol looking to trade that one out. It's now Cortisol versus Jog. Previous teammates, Cody, looking to see if he can win this one. It's going to be Jog as he takes him down, but the res does come in on the Second Samurai. A nice goo there. Defib now going to connect onto Utopian. Now that's the light, though, with Cloak and Dagger. I don't know that that's the person you want to hit that defib on, and unfortunately that is going to be the case as Utopian goes down again to Cortisol. Hand res starting to come in out of Jog there as Cortisol hits him with the charges slam, spinning him around entirely, breaking that camera. Cortisol now going to look to go ahead and close the gap here onto Jog, but loses the 1v1 as Jog somehow stays alive, and Kai finding the pick onto Jog there, Cody.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I feel like if I was Jog, I would have just, I would have just pushed the 1v1 there against Cortisol. I don't know why we hesitated. I feel like giving him the time to get that res was exactly what the Boundless needed. They reset and they were fully ready, and Jog had no way of getting out of that fight whatsoever. And now they're opting for coins, which is an interesting choice here. I guess they don't have a ton of time left, but it is only the first 25 for this team. They have a little bit of leeway. I guess if the coins are there, let's use them. But now they're going into this fight down 1 immediately, and it looks like Jog's just now coining in, or maybe it was a hand res. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it was a hand res by the hands of Utopian. But it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know why we went for the coin here. Cortisol taking a ton of damage, though. They got the box. It's over. This fight's done.
Totally right. I mean, Second Samurai also getting picked there by Jog. Cortisol down to 1 bar here, somehow staying alive with his life. I don't know how Jog has not seen him yet, fella. He's right there in front of you. But yeah, interesting coins. I thought for a second there Jog popped that coin and spawned at hospital. I was like, wow, this game has changed a lot apparently since I last played.
I'm like, okay. All right, Soul. I know you got that on you, but
I'm saying, yeah. But Jog finding some damage on the Cortisol, who's eventually gonna get that out. It's gonna get healed up also on the side of Second Samurai with that heal beam. And ultimately, Cody, this is going to be a full reset here in the middle of the match. So what have we seen so far? We've seen Utopian, obviously, again, finding a lot of entry frags. Jog also starting to find a lot of first bloods during these fights. Nice recon out of Kai there while using the cloak on the zipline to spot out, I believe that was Tactical Turtle down below. That might be enough comms to let the Boundless know that they are actually split away, Cody.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting here. A fight is beginning to brew. Second Samurai just kind of keeping the vault close to his chest, and now the Livewires are coming in. They want a part of the fight. They want that vault. Kai getting a great pick onto Jog. Second Samurai still holding the vault here. Maybe they're going to start moving towards the box. It looks like they're going to start making that move, but Kai is able to notice Tactical Turtle getting the res onto Jog, but no, the team left him. Now the Livewires get a free pick onto Kai here. This is not the move you want. It is completely tied up, so every life matters. Being down 1 and you haven't even plugged the box yet, I don't know if that's a choice, Sam.
How did Utopian hit the backstab on the Kai there? That was insanity. He's not even running dash. Like, that's crazy. Utopian just seeming to put in work again. Finds another one onto Second Samurai. Now that motion sensor out of Cortisol is going to give his position away here. Gas also going to take him out of Cloak here. He's going to try to dissipate, I think, the gas with his fire barrel. But that's actually going to pop as well on the cash out. Luckily, didn't spread too much to where a steal attempt is possible along with that sonar grenade and smoke. Steal attempt now, Cody, coming in on the side of the Livewires. This is a great place to be as you only have Second Samurai coming off of the coin here in about 4 seconds. Cortisol still 17 seconds, but luckily does get the hand res out of Kai to kind of stabilize things. They still need, though, to spend some time and let Second Samurai get caught up with them, Cody.
Yeah, not too great of a position for the Boundless. Kai getting just absolutely deleted by Tactical Turtle, but Cortisol says no you, and now it is a 2v2, and there's not a ton of time left on the box. They need to make some sort of play. Second Samurai taking a ton of damage. Cortisol needs to try to match that energy. It's not the play to go for a steal right now, man. This is not it. The Charge and Slam comes in, and he gets a pick on Utopia. It's Cortisol versus Tactical Turtle. There's a ton of damage. It's the 1v1 of a century. Everything rides on this. Cortisol, hit your shot. Do something, man. We need that medium to not get the defib. It looks like it's coming in. They're able to get the defib, and he grabs the body. He's going to get the whole team up. The Charge and Slam comes in. Is he able to get jogged? Yes, Cortisol is able to get the pick. This is the time. Go for the steal. No, he's saying I have plenty of time, but no, the live wires are coming in as well, but hold on. Kai holds it down. Down goes the live wires. They're able to get the steal. There's no time left. I think the Boundless are taking this home, Sam.
Insane sequence of events there. Cortisol finding the pick on to jog there, but tries to go for this cheeky res that just was super risky. Kai, though, finding the pick on to Tactical Turtle and ultimately getting the flip. Talk about down to the wire with the Boundless, Cody.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. What a game. I mean, there is nothing like Soul Under Construction because the amount of just energy and momentum that these teams are able to contain, there's nothing like it, man. It gets me pumped. It gets the adrenaline going. But looking at the leaderboard here overall, I mean, this team kind of just popped off. The Boundless, 7 kills from Kai and 6 from Cortisol. Now, I want to say something, okay? Second Samurai, he doesn't have any eliminations, but there's something called assists, something that matters, okay? They're there, and they say a lot. Some great damage overall from the Boundless here. And the Livewires, I mean, they have some really great stats here, and you would think that this team kind of deserved to win if you're looking at it on paper. But man, every single time they got into a fight, the Boundless came out on top.
You're totally right. I mean, looking on paper, that was the live wires match, but that was, I mean, just as close as it gets. I mean, Utopian getting out with the body there to try to get a res off onto Office was just insanity. It just, that entire sequence, like, I can only clip 20 seconds at a time. I needed the whole minute and a half that we watched there. That was genuine insanity. And that's just been the start of TFC Pug Night. 2 games back to back. Last cash out, just high octane energy. And I mean, I don't think we're slowing down just yet, as we already have people in chat telling us that we have another game ready to roll.
Speaking of high octane energy, Sam, we have the game mode that kind of pilots that. We're going to do a cash out match next on the wonderful Bernal. And let me tell you about some of these teams that we're going into this match with. The Boundless hosting Navy Street, Mighty G, and that name that I love to keep saying, I have hemorrhoids, Live Wires, Evil, the Ferricide, Tom Toast, the Big Splash with Fate Changer, rocking the TSCW tag. Okay.
I was gonna say, hey, that's an open clan in game, by the way, an open club if anybody needs one.
Look, I mean, I'm just saying, it's kind of a cool tag. All right, that W means for winning. That's what it stands for, by the way.
Totally right. And we're just gonna go ahead and jump into Bernal here on suspended structures of all things, which is certainly interesting. You know, we typically watch a lot of non-variants, and I'm happy to see that's changing. 2 p.m. by the way, Cody, it looks like we're back.
That is a time in the day at which things happen in the game, the finals. And speaking of the things happening, we're getting into the game right now. The timer is counting down, and I'm already seeing some interesting approach from the Boundless triple heavy, a minigun, an M60. That's a choice. It looks like someone's running a Matrix outfit, which is kind of cool. But overall, I'm curious to see how the triple heavy team's going to do, especially on a map like Bernal. I mean, I think we both know this isn't really the map that's known for mobility. So I'm curious how they pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, the suspended structures do have more, I guess, arena pads, so maybe that helps. But yeah, I don't know if this is the map for triple heavy. However, it is cash out, so things can change and go outside the norm of what we normally watch in final round. And we're going to start off here with the triple heavy squad, the crude crew, if you will. Shout out to this club real quick. These guys have really been pulling the numbers in for Pug Night to make that happen. So I want to give them personal thanks real quick for just showing up, you know, pretty much every week week. But we're going to go ahead and jump over here onto Fate Changer, who's going to look to get involved in this fight. We saw Navy Street down to 1 HP as Noctis is going to find the knock onto him. Hemorrhoids, though, starting to heal up there on the health regen. Nice damage here out of the Lewis gun of Fate Changer. That's a pick on the Mighty G. I have Hemorrhoids. Last one remaining on the side of the Boundless. It does find the pick onto Fate Changer before eventually being traded out, Cody.
Yeah, man, that was really close. I honestly thought that he might have had it. That minigun was spinning up and doing so much damage. But man, it was just a little differential. Had his back turned, and they came in and got him. So already, I think the Big Splash are playing really well here. And the Boundless, like we said, are kind of really struggling to find a footing, really have any sort of movement options. I guess they really got to play together. But the problem is how do you take space if you don't have anyone to help you? You know, heavies are good at that, but you kind of need a little bit of a push from your good old friend, the medium or the light. So not having that kind of makes you just a sitting duck.
Yeah, and something to shout out as we stay on this side of the arena is the Livewires and Kingfish were fighting each other as well. Kingfish took the battle there and winded up wiping Livewires for the plug there. So that's what's happening on the other side of the arena. But bringing it back in over here now, we're going to continue the fight between the Boundless and the Big Splash here for Cash Out B as we jump up forward with Hammer, who's looking to put in some damage onto Mighty G. Did find a little bit there, but the health regen has already kicked back in as I have Hemorrhoids now starting to take some damage as well. You see Hammer kind of looking to back up here, looking for a reposition with this F card. Nice reposition here. He's going to find the back of I have Hemorrhoids. Mighty G also falling as well at Navy Street, the last one remain on the side of the Boundless. Cody, if you're the Big Splash, this is a good place to be because, you know, you control this cash out. You're burning more damage down, but nice shots on the Navy Street. The SA-1216 as Noctis finally finds the wipe onto the Boundless, and at the same time, the Livewire is getting wiped out by the Kingfish on the other side of the arena.
Yeah, man, I mean, the Big Splash just continues to come out on the top. The Boundless just keep getting separated and just kind of split away, which you have such an insane amount of health on this team that you want to play as a unit. You want to try to move together because, you know, you need to play together to get yourself into a position. Taking space, like I said, I've said it a million times, you don't have the tools to make that happen. So using that mesh, using that winch to clear that distance, kind of something you want to work together to do, but they keep getting split up, and the Big Splash are doing exactly that. Already some damage coming out onto Mighty G, and look, they're split up again. Noctis not really in too good of a spot, though. Navy Street trying to take some sort of space, and the rest of the team aren't there to help him. Use your mesh! Group up!
Yeah, grouping up kind of a big deal here, but the Big Splash looking like they're going to take first cash out here on the first rotation here. As I have Hemorrhoids finding the trade out onto Hammer after Hammer finding one onto Navy Street, avenging his teammate and leaving it a 2v2. On the other side of the arena, the Kingfish have also cashed out. Their money is currently a 1K differential between first and second place. And as a reminder to everybody viewing it and playing, if this is your first time at TFC Pug Night, first place is the only thing considered a win here. It's just kind of the way that Neat Q likes to run the events. So that's how it works there. But Noctis finding the pick onto Mighty G and ultimately wiping out the Boundless. Cody, we see there on the UI that CC already has a vault number 3. Let's jump on the other side of the arena here and see what's going on.
Well, unfortunately, they have now moved over to the side of the arena that we've been this whole time, but you are technically right. Overall, kind of a good spot for the Kingfish here. They are at the top of the leaderboard, now 18K, and if they are able to secure this cash box, they'll be at 30K, which is going to be a hell of a lot of a lead for any other team. So they really need to try to steal this away. And already, Fate Changer says, yeah, you make a great point, Cody. I'm going for the steal right now. And I don't think they're able to stop it. Hold on, they're coming in. Wait, perfectly able to interrupt it. How did that happen? It's now just Noctis holding it out for the Big Splash, and the Kingfish down 1, but still have some great numbers for Noctis. Really needs to try to survive and hold out, but no, Agent Penguin getting a melee and some great shots, and now the Big Splash not really able to do much here at all because they have to wait for 15 seconds. The Kingfish holding it out here. I think we jump over to the other side of the map.
Yeah, definitely. And watching this replay real quick, Noctis just going absolutely massive there, but unfortunately, Agent Penguin finding the pick there to send the Big Splash packing. And that's actually a big deal because this is cash out, or sorry, this is World Tour rules, I'm realizing. We have game shows, so you will not suffer from the 15% wipe penalty that we normally see in cash out. So I guess it's not as punishing, but that is still good money on the side of the Kingfish. But we're going to go on ahead and watch Evil here. Lockbolt Gun, first time we've seen them on the stream tonight. An interesting loadout along with that M60 and Dome and RPG. relatively standard loadout minus the goo and lockbolt, but lockbolt's going to go ahead and connect onto Mighty G. That's going to instantly get broken by Mighty G though. Chuck unfortunately catching some damage there from the side of Evil with that M60 as Mighty G is going to find the pick on the Tom Toast far side. Also getting picked up there, and Evil getting absolutely picked up as well, Cody.
Yeah, the Boundless just continue to kind of be an overall just menacing force here. Running mines. I mean, I'm surprised, right? I guess this is kind of the spot for them. We said that heavies were not going to struggle on this map, but man, if there's any place you're going to succeed, it's Church. That makes sense. They have a ton of util, a ton of setup, and they can kind of maneuver around. There's enough zip lines and stairs that they can kind of take that to their advantage. So I'm curious if they're going to continue to make that choice. Over on the other side of the map, though, looks like the Big Splash able to get that as well. They now have a great lead. Like you said, it's World Tour rules, so they're not going to be losing any sort of cash if they wipe here. So it's going to be very hard to try to match that lead. And already a winch comes in by Hemorrhoids. Not too sure what happened. Looks like it got cut off, and they are mad. They said, "Why did you winch my homie? I'm gonna come and stop that." CC getting a pick on Navy Street. Mighty G getting a pick back. The trades coming in back and forth. So like the RPG's coming out, trying to look for something. The damage comes in. That SA-12 doing some great job at destroying Ken.
Nice.
Down goes Ken. It is now Agent Penguin holding it down for the Kingfish.
Yeah, nice damage there on the side of the Kingfish, but Evil now finding damage as well and does get the wipe onto the Kingfish there. That's going to be a benefit over to the Livewires, who have quite the deficit to make up, but Vault 6 going to go ahead in their possession. On the UI, though, we do see the Big Splash Fate Changer actually carrying Vault 5 as well, so we know that that box is more than likely about to get plugged, and that is even better for the Big Splash as they continue to make their lead with that extra 4,000 just from plugging it alone.
Yeah, I wonder if everyone's aware of the current rules, because I think you would want to double here. That's usually how it goes in the TFC Pugs. Unfortunately, first place is the only place. If you're not first, you're last. That's what we say around here.
Absolutely right, Cody, and I'm gonna be honest, I just sat back down because the dog wanted to be in the casting, and I said, sorry, Bo, we gotta go. So had to let him out real quick, but we're gonna go ahead and jump on with I Have Hemorrhoids here. SA-12-16 doing some absolute damage, but Farside gonna find an early pick on Navy Street. That's not good if you're on the side of the battle list, but trade coming in out of Hemorrhoids onto Evil. Farside, though, finding the pick on the Mighty G, and finally, he decides to take a seat as Tom Toast lets him know what's up with that sword.
Oh man, that killed me. I'm sorry. That was so funny. And overall, on the other side of the map, though, the Big Splash kind of getting a run for their money. Ken is just holding it out for the rest of the team. It looks like they were able to get a hand res on Agent Penguin. You know what? I want to see what's going on over here. Not too great of a position for the Kingfish, trying to get some sort of gate, but it's not enough. The Big Splash really just holding him at bay. Not sure what the goo barrel is, but the winch coming in, doing some damage. Hold on, does he get this? He does! Down goes Fate Changer. That SA-12-16 is crazy. But no, Noctis says, yeah, you know, I'm going to let you pop off a little bit.
I have to take a look back at this real quick because they jumped up there with the goo barrel and it was enough to mitigate just enough damage to get themselves in there. It was actually insane here. The winch did wind up connecting, but ultimately I think they winded up trading out here as Ken finds the pick on the Fate Changer. But what an insane series of events.
Yeah, already jumping back in on this side of the map. The Boundless going against the Livewires. It's just Farside holding it down for the Livewires. Trying to get some sort of hand res. I saw him grab the trophy, but there's not a ton of time. Navy Street starting to go for the steal. It looks like they were able to interrupt it. I don't know where the rest of the Boundless are. They need to help because the time is ticking. There's not enough time left. They're starting to move. They're starting to make a pull for this steal. The question is, are they going to be able to interrupt it? No one's here yet. It comes in. They're doing damage. They're not able to get it. Who on the Livewires completely took the Boundless out of the fight? It's just I Have Hemorrhoids. Oh, man. What a game. It looks like the Big Splash take it home for this one.
Yeah, Big Splash doing a great job controlling tempo that entire match. And yeah, they secured their cash out just before that fight kind of wrapped up, which secured their win overall. So yeah, great play overall. Cash out back in the mix. You know, it's interesting that Pug Night always devolves into cash out. Most people don't love cash out, and here we are. So
yeah, you are right. I'm not gonna lie, but I do enjoy casting cash out because, man, it really it just stresses your vocal cords. It's a good experience. I enjoy it.
Totally right, Cody. And it looks like people are starting to go ahead and get their next matches underway. I think some people are looking to maybe get into another cash out. I'm looking right now just to make sure, and that does seem to be the case. We're going to go ahead and jump on board. We got a Cortisol, Fate Changer again, Jog, Lemon Tech, Navy Street, Turtle, Tech Ninja, Tom Toast, Utopian, and Second Samurai. So lots of familiar names from tonight. Going to be battling it out again in the arena here for cash out, Cody.
Yep, I am excited to see it. I want to see more Fangway. I know we don't, I know we see it every single Pugs Night that we've been doing, but I still feel like I haven't gotten to see that map in action. I don't know. I like seeing it. I think it's a different sort of setup. I've grown to enjoy it. I definitely don't like playing on it, but I do love watching it. I'll tell you that.
It really has created, in my opinion, some of the most fun matches that we've seen for Fangway cash out. Like, I feel like every Pug Night that it gets ran is where I'm like, wow, that match was sick. Yep. I mean, I will say, typically the Dojo Foul Boys are in that lobby, which I think creates a lot of hectic moments with all the verticality and their sledgehammer shenanigans. But yeah, I mean, overall, Fangway has been very fun. Obviously, a lot of the upper level players don't pick it, so we really don't get to watch it very often besides Pugs. And I agree with you. I hope we get to watch it again.
Yep, I am excited to see all the great things that people are going to try to pull out. But the question is, if you are watching and you're not playing, I mean, you should be playing. And how can they do that, Sam?
All that you have to do is type !Discord in chat to get the link. Go ahead and head on over and join our queue. It's very easy to do. And get yourself into the action. Here, I'll tell you what, chat. I'll do it for you. There you go. !Discord. There's the link. Go ahead and join the Discord. Get joined up. Scroll down to the bottom of your screen to where the queues are and click the button to get in on the mix. You don't need a team. That's the whole point of Pugs, is their pickup games. You just get put on a squad. If you do have a squad, though, that wants to run it, that can be arranged. You'll just need to do it with the people in your queue. Make sure you all join the same queue. That's important. Make sure you all join the same queue. But yeah, get in on the mix. We run these typically every Tuesday. We've taken a 2-week break because there's been a lot going on here at TFC within the finals, and we're looking to finally spin these back up consistently. So we appreciate the turnout tonight. Lots of people looking excited to get back into the mix on a Tuesday night. We know this isn't the most ideal time ever, but we're glad you guys could show up nonetheless, Cody.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. I want to say, we're at 510 users in our Discord.
I just saw that, and interestingly enough, our goal for the year is 1,000, and we're already over halfway there, and it's only February.
That is the way to look at it. It's not half empty; it's half full.
It is. We are over halfway there, Cody. We've made it up the first side of the hill. Now it's downhill, but in a good way from here, I guess.
That's an analogy. Let's put that one back in the oven. We'll cook that.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, I might have burned in the kitchen a little bit, but
cool. Just don't do it again. That's okay.
Yeah. Cody, we put out an announcement today, stating on the state of TFC and everything like that. And one of the things that we talked about is that the pod's not going anywhere. Does that mean we can expect a podcast on Thursday this week?
That's a great question. My next question to you is, do you think there's enough to talk about?
Yeah. I would say so. I think
it's been a pretty chill week.
Yeah. Oh, don't say that. It's so far. It is only Tuesday after all.
It's a week, I think.
Oh, man.
There's not a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Real quick, want to say thank you, Live or Live. I want to say Live, LIV3. I think that's Live FPS. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. We don't have our alerts on like normal because when we run Pugs, we don't want you to be spammed with them. But thank you guys all for the follows and for checking out the stream and joining the community. This is something that we're obviously very excited about. We just love the Finals Esports, and so we try to keep this thing going. So yeah, it does look like everybody is in the lobby. We're getting close to being ready to roll, Cody. What are you hoping to see this match?
There's one particular set of individuals that I would love to see, and that's the Dojo Foul, but they're not here today.
They're not here today.
That's okay. because we got some other great people here, and they bring some cool things. I mean, we already saw a triple heavy trio that kind of just, I mean, I really thought they were going to struggle, but they kind of pulled it off towards the end. I think they found their footing. The minigun was kind of cool. I mean, we've seen the KS-23, we've seen the sword, we've seen the dagger. I guess all we need now is dual blades.
Yeah, I mean, and is Utopian in this lobby? I think he's in this lobby. I didn't actually look at all the player names, but we're jumping into Nozomi, which, as you know, Cody, is a very close range map. On first glance, you wouldn't think so, but it just seems to have evolved into that. I feel like shotguns, melee, etc., wind up thriving on here. I mean, we see Ken there with the SA-1216 even.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, love.
No, thanks, love. Twisted, just saw you in chat. What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome in, good sir. If you're looking to get some games in, head to our Discord and get in on the action.
I shouldn't be saying that. We got to beat the allegations.
Okay.
That's a bit.
Okay. All right. I will say,
anyways. Oh, good.
Before we get into matches, well, since we're just hooting and hollering over here a little bit, I heard whispers from afar of the faraway place of a yellow Y fella potentially joining for the TriCast, Cody.
Oh, when's that?
Great question. You'll have to ask him when he drives home.
Okay, gotcha. No worries. Appreciate what you guys are doing for the community. I appreciate what you're doing for the community, which is showing up and being here.
Lag.
This is a part of the game, by the way. It's the feature. Hold on. That's the feature.
What is happening?
That's the feature. Second Samurai, a couple people I think lagged out because there's a 30-second timer. Anyways, though, great sort of plays coming out from the Boundless here. Kind of an explosive match. It is now just Ken and Navy Street holding it down to SH-1900. One shot comes in, second shot comes out. Not too much of hitting here. But Ken going in again, has the reload, but no, Navy Street with those deagles absolutely destroys. Again, it's just crazy. Hold on, I'm checking. Is everyone okay? The big one hit. All right. If anybody isn't from California, that's what we call the big one right there. That's the big one.
Yeah. There's not really much to say because the whole lobby seemed to have completely combusted there for a moment. But we're looking at Navy Street now. I think we're still lagging. It looks like we are.
No, feature.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Navy Street putting in work with the goo gun, working with CNS there to also make it lag just a little bit. You know how it is. But we'll jump on board now and see what we can make happen here. As he's going to go ahead and ring out some shots there on the King. Utopian finding one on the Santos, though. Tactical Turtle finding a pick off Navy Street as well. Livewire, only one remaining, and that's going to be Mighty G as he gets picked up by Turtle. On fire this evening out of Tactical Turtle.
Yeah, speaking of fire, that mine went off and I think almost killed the entire team. So that was really cool. Great, just, kind of heads up play on the side of the live wires. The Boundless doing a great job, though, like you said. Now taking positioning here. It looks like they're holding up. Oh, some sort of lantern. Look at that. Letting it go. Good job, Utopian. Oh, another one.
Yep.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah.
I guess he's done his dailies. I can't say I have. I have a lot of
I want to
those.
see how long this lasts. No, this is what's more important right now.
Yeah. I have no words. It's honestly just kind of peaceful as Defy Head is just looking up to the void. I will say, though, there's damage ringing out on the side of the Kingfish and Big Splash here, and I'm also hearing shots being fired. If my camera operator would like to go ahead and take a look there, his kid's gonna find one on Navy Street on the live wires. It looks like the Boundless of the live wires is gonna be battling it out here for Cash Out A, still in our first rotation of Cash Outs. On the other side of the map, just to keep you updated, Cortisol finding one there, as well as the Kingfish do get wiped out, and that's probably safe to say that Big Splash will be taking their first box here. But going on with Tom Toast now, who has been electric with that sword. Unfortunately, that won't be the case here, as Ken's going to clean him up with that DB. Defib now out of Mighty G onto Navy Street. You're going to look to defend him and hopefully let his health regen kick up here while Navy has that goo gun, which can create a lot of cover and stall for himself, Cody.
Yeah, they heard Utopian and they completely pivoted their attention, and unfortunately the Boundless were closing at every single angle. There's another feature play right here. Yeah, the Boundless overall just kind of really just playing as a unit, playing together. I mean, there are some very, very memorable names here. we've seen. I mean, Ken is new, but man, just like his clan tag, there is a diff going on the side of the Boundless. But we're going to go over to Vault 3 because the Big Splash and the Kingfish are duking it out for control of this box, Sam.
Totally right, Cody, and it seems to be the case throughout this match so far. This rotation still pitting these two teams together. Big Splash taking victory early on in this match. Gonna look to see if they can continue that lead here as CNS gets involved in this fight as well.
That's the feature. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll just sit back and relax and wait for them to tell us what happened. As nothing, they continue to fight out here. No picks, shockingly. So I guess this is a server-wide lag. That turret though could come in handy on the side of Fate Changer because the turret's not gonna lag. As Cortisol finds one on the far side, Jog finding one on the second. Samurai Tech Ninja trading out Jog there, but ultimately Fate Changer finding the pick onto Tech.
Yeah, man, the Big Splash really just playing well here. Fate Changer running the turret, which is definitely an interesting choice. And getting those shots with the F cards, almost like he has a second turret in his hands. The way he is aiming is incredible. The Boundless starting to move Vault 4, what looks to be over to Cashbox D, and we're going to go see what's going on there because a ton of damage is coming out, and the live wires are now down.
Yeah, Ken finding a pick there onto Navy Street. Box has been plugged by both teams. Nothing too off cycle. The lobby still having its features, I guess you could call it.
It's a little weird that the CNS map is having CNS problems.
I was gonna say I thought last season was the CNS sponsor, but
we don't know who won, did we?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, but there you go. We're still just experiencing our issues like normal. So nobody really looking to contest the Boundless here just yet. We see the live wires coming off a spawn. They're immediately booking it over to C. Cody, I think all three teams starting to rotate on to C now.
Yep, jumping in with Tom Toes, holding that red barrel, and a ton of damage is coming out from both the Kingfish and the Big Splash. It's now just Farside holding it out for the Kingfish, and the Big Splash are doing a ton of damage. And speaking of damage, the servers are experiencing a lot of damage, but we're not going to talk about too much more because Tom Toes threw that the explosive barrel into that entire team. The goo gun is coming in. They're building some sort of cocoon, maybe go for the steal. Now another goo grenade coming in. The Big Splash looking to make some sort of play to get rid of that, and the C4 comes in. The entire goo is gone. Cortisol hops in. Tom trying to survive. Cortisol gets a pick onto Tom Toes. Jog gets a pick onto Navy Street. It's now just Mighty G holding it out for this team, and unfortunately he meets the same end as his teammates. Down goes the live wires.
Yeah, Big Splash winning last cash out match and looking to continue to do the same here as their lead looking to increase very, very rapidly as the live wires are still on cooldown here. Kingfish as well, starting to take a lot of damage as Tech Ninja finds one onto Tactical Turtle there to try to flip the tide. 2v2 situation as Utopian with that dagger. He's kind of been unstoppable all evening. That's Farside being the last one remaining on this side of the Kingfish. And it is so hard to keep track of what's happening because CNS just love to be involved. Cody.
Yeah, you are right, but we can't talk about one thing, which is that the Boundless and both the Big Splash have now gotten their vaults, and they're not too far off from each other. This is really anyone's game. There's a minute 50 left, and any plug and any secure really helps here. It's up to these teams to try to hold it out and make it out on top. Kills can be the big differential here. Really, anything can change who's on top of it.
Yeah, I am seeing a chat in Twitch chat that Young has said that he has texted John CNS and told him to stop. We'll see if he can pull his managerial duty to make that happen as we jump on board Tactical Turtle there, finding a pick onto Fate Changer, looking to find another one onto Jog, but that won't be enough as that FAMAS from Jog finding the pick onto Tactical Turtle. Cortisol also still fighting. It looks like Kingfish. It looks like we've got a triple fight going on here. A third party, if you will, as Kingfish are going to look to get involved. They need this box. In fact, they need it double, I think, in order to keep this going, Cody.
They didn't notice him. Sorry, I had to say, Fate Changer was sitting in that corner. Tech Ninja walked right past him, and he was able to get a pick, which is really funny. I just love that. But overall, the Big Splash are in not too great of a position here. It is just Jog, not Hog. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing to note, Cody, is, you know, we've said it time and time again here in these cash outs that first place is the only one that really books a win. And so if you're on the side of the live wires or Kingfish, you need to go pick up Vault 6 and go ahead and get this double, or else you are kind of fighting for nothing here. And unfortunately, it does look like the Kingfish don't realize that, as they're going to continue to try to get involved here and look to see if they can flip Cash Out V into their favor. But Tactical Turtle finding a pick onto Jog, Ken finding one on the Cortisol as well. Fate Changer, the last one remaining on the side. The Big Splash, who's going to get cleaned up by Utopian. Livewires having great positioning here on this Cash Out. But Cody, if we look at the kill feed, it is actually... I just realized the other box got plugged. I thought we were in overtime. Have we not been in overtime this whole time?
Yeah.
The lag's throwing my tempo off, man. I just can't. I can't do it.
I've learned though, if I hit E, it doesn't lag no more for me. So I'm just gonna stay in here for now.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, that is a wipe onto the live wires here. Kingfish should be able to flip this box and get themselves some money here, but they gotta get a move on over to Cash Out A if they're gonna try and go ahead and take this thing home, as Navy Street finds a Marty Dom kill with that Pyro Nade onto far side, finds another one on the Tech Ninja. There's no way he's found two there. We're gonna jump on board with Utopia now with this dagger. We've seen everything that he's been able to do tonight. He's been a nightmare over on the side of Cortisol. He's gonna continue to do so as he finds the pick there. Tactical Turtle also getting the pick onto Jog. That's the Big Splash going down, and the Boundless Cody taking it home. Cody?
Sorry, I was mentally transmitting to CNS. It's not looking pretty.
Okay. I think we're at a loss of words on that one.
Yeah, they're just they're really just going in. Speaking of though, I'm getting another transmission. There's something's coming in. I don't know what that is.
Hello? Hello?
There's something. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, fellas, I have texted John CNS as mentioned. He said don't worry about it.
Oh, word.
I love that out of him, but he's gonna need to do something because the games are just a little rough to realize what's going on here. But overall, looking at the scoreboard, never mind. We won't look at the scoreboard. Cody says never mind. We're gonna move on from that one.
No, it kicked us out. It kicked us out.
Right. Yeah,
that's what happened.
Okay, sweetheart. Okay.
It kicked us out. It was misinput.
Okay, sweetheart.
I will say, unrelated, I got me a little Celsius. I'm ready to yap.
Let's get it going.
Let's go.
I would love to add you to the caster cams. I don't know.
No, don't fret about that.
Okay, we just...
I'm a disgusting office worker creature who is a little sweaty. So don't fret, big fella.
Okay.
But I'm still here.
Fair enough. Well, allow me to give you this real quick, and then as Cody is getting us ready to get into another lobby, Pugs have been popping tonight. Everybody's excited to be back. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to have you back, Young.
I'm excited the gang's all here. I think, now that the dust is starting to settle, I get to play with my fellas. Well, we're not playing, but you know what I mean. Get to yap with my fellas.
Always.
I'm gonna open a window. It's so hot.
Oh, sorry. It's so hot. Okay. Fair enough. Yep. There we go. The lag got to him. It overheated his entire room, and it's chalked. Maybe that's why we were lagging. His room's too hot.
True.
But yeah. Anyways, games have been very interesting. We've had some really close final rounds. Ooh. He's also saying it's hot while wearing a sweatshirt, by the way. That's definitely optimal attire for when your room is hot.
Listen, fashion knows no bounds. I think you move best, okay? Cody, I don't care what Sam says. I think you're doing great.
Fuck you, Sam.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Bro, I just Palma one time. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that one from him.
Yep.
I don't even know what that means.
I went from double birds to double kills. Look at me now, Mom.
Yep. Are we staying in this match, by the way, Cody, or we move into a new lobby? What's going on, yeah?
This is a new match. Fun fact.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're figuring out their list right now.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So I have a question for Young, though.
Hello,
kind sir. What do you know any developments as in the current patch? What's going on? Do you know anything? Can you give us your insight?
Yeah, no. No. The unfortunate news is I don't.
Okay.
I don't get that kind of pull. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if something pops up, I think we'll know. I know. How much time until the season's over? By the way.
We have about a month.
I think it's like 30 days or so. Yeah.
Jumps, right? Okay.
Yeah, roughly
I think
30 days.
Like the 26th or something. Well.
So
Should be exciting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to come up.
So I have an important question for you.
Yeah,
Young.
important answer.
What flavor Celsius have we cracked today?
Oh, baby. You know, I'm a man of variety, right? And just judging at the work fridge, I do have one reliable one I always go to. Little sparkling Fuji apple pear. Always good, always reliable. Is that or watermelon? Okay. There's two good flavors. Actually, they're all pretty good flavors. That's it. I'm a simple man. Anything, young Gary out there. Anything that's pear flavored, I'm into it. So.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Gotcha. Well, I'm rocking the sparkling orange as normal. I am a creature of habit when it comes to Celsius, and I can tell you it's been good. You know, just like the elixir. It's like the casting juice. Celsius. If you ever need some finals creators or TOs or casters to promote your product, you know, you can just hit my line.
Listen, we do need an energy drink to rival Ospoos. I think there's some lore building that can happen.
That's true. We get working into the storyline ourselves.
I think so.
It's community lore, so. But it looks like I think we're doing Fortune. Waiting on the final ready checks. Young, you've casted TFC Pugs before, and you've, I think, seen that there. You've also played, and you can expect anything. So if that's the case, what are you hoping to see, I guess, in this match?
Oh, you know, I'm hoping to see a little bit of everything. I think what are we doing? We're doing Fortune, basically the people's map, right? You got Fortune and Sis. Really, I think are the heavily beloved comp maps here. Who we got playing? Is it Utopian? Is he in this game? Who's running the dagger? Who am I thinking of?
That's Utopian. Yeah, that's Utopian. He's been a menace all night.
I do have some ball knowledge. But honestly, I think it depends. I think the meta has kind of evened out, right? I think we're seeing not as much new stuff as we have. Some double light heavy, like right here with Aquavex, letters are hard. And Utopian on the dual blades. Hold on a minute.
I did say I wanted to see dual blades, so I think he's pulling it out.
I think he's listening.
He heard you.
Machine learning.
He heard
But
you.
honestly, I think it's just fun to see this map. I think it's balanced. I've always been pretty vocal about I like it. It's a map anyone can win. It's got pretty balanced positions as a whole. We won't talk about the Exalt building. We don't need to talk about that, but everything else, I like it.
Yeah, and before we jump into the game, because I know you just got here, do you have everything you need? Is the projector working? You can see everything okay?
You know, I can see stuff. I would say you know what, actually, we'll come back to that in a second. Fight's starting. You guys take away real quick. I'm going to adjust something.
Sure, no worries. Gonna stay on board with Jog here as he's taking a ton of damage, getting engaged with the big splash as Cortisol. Prior teammate has now taken him out. That's gonna be first blood as he finds a second one on Tech Ninja, going absolutely in with that Lewis gun. Navy Street, though, shutting down the sword of Tom Toast before Ken finally trading that thing out. Let's take a look back at that real quick, Cody.
Yeah, it was a pretty explosive fight. I mean, it was really over before it even started. Cortisol, Ken, and Tom really just kind of moving as a unit. They've done that before. This team has kind of consistently just played together. Tom Toast, Ken, Cortisol. I think Jog has been in there a couple times. I see some particular individuals that continue to just perform crazily, and already they have a great position here on the side of A. They have height. They're holding out. I hear a team starting to move over. They're going to struggle to get any sort of movement here. Tom Toast setting up some goo. Also running a melee weapon. Big fan of the melee weapons apparently in the TFC pugs. We got to get the representation here.
Yeah, Tom's been on this sword, I think, all night. I don't know if they're a sword one trick. I might be wrong. I even think they're relatively new to the game, if I'm not mistaken. They joined our community, like I think through one of our streams, and cool to see how they've been making it work overall tonight. On the other side of the arena, though, we're seeing a bunch of damage go out there as the balance do get wiped. We're gonna stay over here, though, as the big splash, Tom Toast getting found out by Tech Ninja. We're gonna be looking on your screen, the live wires versus the big splash here as Jog finds a pick onto Ken. Last one remaining on the big splash is Cortisol. This might be a revenge here on the side of the live wires, but Cortisol gonna try to even things out here with looking for a stall opportunity. A nice RPG there onto Jog, but Navy Street with that BFR finding the pick out of there. 2 coins though burned for Ken and Tom. Cody.
Yeah, this is not too bad of a position because they are down 1. Tech Ninja's still not up yet, and 10 seconds left on the coin if that's something they opt for. Navy Street starting to get some regen in. It is all 3 up on the side of Big Splash, but they do still need to get that kill. But hold on, Jog getting a pick onto Tom Toast. This is not looking great for the Big Splash. I mishit my input. There we go. It's just Cortisol holding it out, going for the steal. I think it's going to get interrupted. Yep, it's exactly what happens, but he gets a pick onto Navy Street. Hold on. Where's Tech Ninja? He got it. Oh my gosh. Cortisol got the steal, and Tech Ninja was nowhere to be found. I don't know if he just coined in or what happened. But they completely just gave him the box.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I see him there on the bottom of the stairs. He's going to get a fib onto Navy Street here. Try to look for some exit frags potentially on the big splash. Meanwhile, Cortisol does get the res also on the Ken and Tom here. This is going to be a full reset if they don't hurry up because Jog still down. No time left on the coin. Does not make sense to burn one here. This is a 2v3 fight that the live wires are choosing to pick here. Navy Street finding one there to even things out. Ultimately, though, taking a bunch of damage as the trophy, I believe, was picked up on the side of the big splash. No res just yet. Obviously, no medium as well on the side of the big splash, which means no defib, Cody.
Yeah, definitely a interesting position here. It looks like they're going for the hand res. Tech Ninja able to get it up. Jog now fully up as well. The live wire's in a good spot. The big splash just kind of keeping him at bay, trying to stay really just away from them. They want to have map control. This is great for them. The vault over at 3 right next to the box as well. This is honestly as good as it gets for the team. They're going to be able to make a very easy push, and a lot of teams are going to be distracted by 4. The question is anyone going to try to stop them? I'm not too sure. It looks like the Kingfish just spawned in. There's some spoilers.
I'm back. That's it.
Welcome back,
where she spawned, by the way.
I'm sorry,
yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, a devious spawn to say the least, and in favor of the big splashes, they're going to go ahead and plug this box to get things moving. Live wires, though, getting cleaned up, unfortunately, there as well. And ultimately, everything just kind of idling out for a second. Hemorrhoids, AFK, maybe check the game chat, make sure he hasn't DC'd.
I think he's checking his hemorrhoids. You could be wrong. It's in the name.
It is possible. He did say it's true. It's okay to say his name.
Yeah, so. I just want to make sure he's fine. You know,
yeah.
we could take a
we can do a technical check.
Pause, you know, but you know, I don't think we need images, but I do see Navy Street getting beamed. But fellas, looking at the game state here, Navy Street just gonna yoink the box and maybe just get shot in the back. But looking at the scores, still anyone's game to win. But I would say, purple, start running away with it, fellas. What do you think?
Totally agree. I mean, Big Splash have been kind of in that position for most of these cash outs. I think Cortisol has been on every one of these lobbies, if I'm not mistaken. And that's kind of been the case. They've gotten ahead extremely quick. Just managed to have great positioning and keep that lead in front of them. And as we jump on board here with Tactical Turtle, who's putting a ton of damage with the F-Card, been really consistent all night. But Jog, speaking of consistency, has found a pick with that FAMAS onto him as well. That's going to leave 2 alive on the side of the Kingfish. And unfortunately, I think Hemorrhoids is also AFK, if I'm not mistaken. So really just not a great position if you're the Kingfish, Cody.
Oh yeah. Cody, if you had hemorrhoids, what would you be doing right now?
Probably fixing those. Probably not playing the game for sure. Pharmacide running the sniper though, which is kind of interesting. Haven't seen too much action there. Hammer getting a great pick onto Yuto. Now the pad coming in, a great play. I don't think either of the Boundless know. Down goes Farside, down goes Aquavex, and the Boundless are completely out of the fight. The Kingfish making a great play there, having the pad just kind of taking him completely off guard. It was kind of crazy.
You know, I don't want to say nothing, but fellas, the enemy is getting free money, and they're also on the box. Either Tom Toast or Ken, one of them, on the roof already looking for some damage. But yeah, all this fighting, and Purple is just running away with it, and they're getting picks.
Yeah, great positioning here if you're the Big Splash. I mean, they just stay ahead, and now you have to start to worry, Young, if you are the Livewires or the Kingfish. You know, next rotation, if you don't secure this box, or sorry, not the Kingfish, the Livewires and the Boundless. I'm looking all over the place. Sorry, I'm also doing things on the side here, but you guys start thinking about the double opportunity if you lose this box on the side of the Livewires, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, even if holy words, the truth is, you just can't let Purple go, right? Game is still winnable. Tactical Turtle getting a couple of kills there on both teams. Corso last on Purple. The Big Splash. If Purple gets this, it is over, but there's still 18K at stake here. This is only the 12K right now. So again, Orange running this, they're gonna have a pretty rough road ahead of them. They'll need some kills and then some. But for the Livewires and the Kingfish, this is still doable. Are we gonna try and double
They were trying to, and that's why I was wondering. I'm like, I want to spectate them for a second because I think they're trying to go for something, but hold on, it looks like a steal is looking to come out, and Purple got it? What?
What are we doing, fellas? I understand that pink, white, but again, if you are in this lobby, you're probably gonna be number one is Purple. Granted, there's still maybe time for the other box and to try and get something out of it, but this is a double situation, fellas. You've been in this situation before. What are you doing?
The problem is, I think this, I don't know if this is ranked or not. I think it is though. So you do need to kind of pull together here and look for a wipe on the side of the Big Splash if you're going to get back into this thing. Because other than that, it's a double. And, you know, even then, I think if you're the Livewires, that might not be enough. You're going to need some kills here. And overall, going to need to get sturdy, Young.
Yeah, it gets sturdy, and fellas, we can't just keep letting Purple get away with this. Hello. Well, money's back to them already. There's something about Orange or in the entire lobby just kind of letting Purple get away with it. I don't know what to tell them. I think again, band together, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. But again, Purple, they're just playing at a good rage here. Again, Ken, great angle on the Light, keeping his team alive there. Light, again, kind of playing that backseat role at the heels, but Jog is going to take him down. That's a wipe on the Purple. So finally, box doubled. There's a chance for the steal. Orange going for it. Not quite going to happen with those dual blades. Right behind you. That doesn't even matter. Utopian's out of there. Red, also, the people that doubled this box, so they want all this money from themselves. They might be getting this, actually putting themselves in the lead here.
The nice winch there out of the Livewires. They do need to start moving with haste if they're going to try to make this flip happen. And on top of that, fellas, quick math, that's only 46K. It's not enough to topple the Big Splash. And again, here at TFC Pug Night, if you're not first, you're last in cash out. You do need to come in first in order to book a win here. So you got to find some picks onto the Big Splash. You got to start moving your Navy Street, finding one there as Ken's going to pick up Hammer, though. The kill's still ringing in on the side of the Big Splash. And ultimately, Cody, I think that's going to be it. Big Splash, 87,000 to their name.
That's it.
Yep, that is pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to step away real quick, but you guys should talk about the leaderboard because I think we know who was stopping it. It's Purple.
You know, no shade to for the Big Splash for pulling that one off, but I do gotta ask, where the heck was the steals early on? Like, the Big Splash wipes, right? Purple's out of the fight. We have the people fighting for the steal. They fought for so long. Purple spawns back in and is still in control of the box. I almost think that's more of a fumble for the lobby. Grand look at Lemon Tech on 8,500 combat, fighting for his dang life in these lobbies. But honestly, I think the rest of the lobby, like, I think there was ample time to steal, Sam. I don't know.
Yeah, there was definitely time to steal, and they also, again, just needed to band together and look for the wipe there onto the Big Splash and even, you know, flip the odds in their favor. One thing as well to mention, of course, because you mentioned the lobby, is I believe Hemorrhoids was AFK for a while. I don't know if they had a DC or what happened, but we can kind of see it on the leaderboard, right? 1,000 damage, 3 kills. I think overall they were out of commission there for a lot of that match, if not all of it. So
they did go positive, though. You know, I think even the early impact still a big dub. But yeah, unfortunate how that happened. But even looking at this, I mean, scores pretty close for most teams. I mean, Farsight 0-6, not really what you want to see with the big donut. Even Tomto struggling on purple 1-7, but again had Ken and Cortisol to carry the rest of the team. But yeah, I think a good showing by Big Splash. I think genuinely just kind of ran away with it. Didn't have a lot of contention, and then teams fought for so long. They just kind of do what they want. I think is ultimately the end of it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Unless I'm seeing something.
No, I think you're right, and I think we're also looking on the side of production real quick just to make sure that everything is dialed in. Young, if you don't mind, fella, can you give us a little more juice out of your microphone? We would greatly appreciate it, fella.
Let me check something. Hold on. Sound shedding. Unless there's a world where, you know what? How's that?
That sounds a little fuller. I don't know. Cody typed it out, so I
for some reason the old microphone. Oh, something's I think there's something auto leveling my mic, which is not great. So I'm gonna see if there's something doing that.
No worries, no worries. Cody, I think your mic is muted as well, unless you're not available. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. You sound good. You sound
yeah, something's taking control of my mic, and it is turning it down. I don't know what's going on. TNS is getting me too.
Yeah. I do see, by the way, in the Twitch chat, Way Faustus has sent Way Foul coming in. So I think the dojo might be in session, fellas, which I don't know about you. I hate playing against Melee, but boy, I kind of love watching it. So we'll see how that goes here soon. So yeah. Yeah. We can, real quick, while we wait for another lobby, head to a quick break to get our production stuff situated. If you guys need that, that is your calls to make. Up to you. I think while we're waiting also on another lobby, Cody.
Yeah, almost ready. Looks like we just got the code. We might be ready to start. See, it looks like they're putting everyone in their team, so I think we can just yap for a little bit longer. Yeah, I'd say okay.
Sure. Sounds good. So in the lobby, I do see the full dojo together. I also see Aztract, which welcome in, fella. I saw you in chat earlier. Glad to see you attend this evening.
Yeah, Aztract's actually in the queue. That's sick. Let's go.
So very excited to watch him. We watched him for PHL qualifiers for quite a lot of open quals specifically, and it was pretty sweet. So yeah, I'm excited to see how he plays this evening here in TFC Pug Night. Now, these pugs, as we know, is a mixed bag. There's a lot of different things. It's very different, I feel like, from your normal kind of pro play or upper, level of play, because it's completely random. You don't know what you're going up against. You don't know what these teams are going to be doing. We said it before that as casters, even it makes things more challenging in a fun way, because you really are thinking more on your feet versus when you watch, Cash Out, it has a lot of randomness to it in general. But when you're watching like Final Round, for example, you can kind of predict a little bit on what's probably going to happen. I found that with Pug Nights, that's never the case. It is constant, just neurons firing a million miles an hour and hoping for the best. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. Something about TFC Pugs, man, it keeps you on your toes, but that's the way to train and that's the way to get better. And speaking of that, if you are interested in helping in Pugs or being involved in any way, feel free to join the Discord and open a ticket. But not only can you be involved in production, casting, you can be involved as a player. That is the whole point that these exist. So if you aren't in the Discord, join the queue. You can get your game casted just like we're doing right now. Pretty fun, I promise. Speaking of Tetra, how's it going? What's up, Tetra? All right, I think we're almost ready for this match. It looks like we're ready. We're just figuring out the map. I'm trying to get people to do Fangway.
Sorry, I'm working on a little bit of tech here, but
You're good.
yeah,
I got it. All good.
But
Tetra can confirm his freaking epic playing in TFC Pugs. That's a testimonial. Put that on the website.
Put that on a t-shirt even.
Yeah.
Speaking of t-shirts,
clip that.
Speaking of t-shirts, I need to wear it, or I want to frame it and put it behind me. I got a couple, but I did get my Heist game shirt in. I don't know.
I too got my Heist game shirt.
Yeah. Shout out Lone Ranger. Sent the casting crew for Heist games, which should be resuming, I don't know when, in like a month or something, but sent us all a shirt that says I casted Heist games, and all that I got was this shirt or something like that. It's very fire.
Tetra hit up Lone Ranger. I don't know if he shipped outside of US, but you can ask.
Yeah.
I think he can send you like the prints, and he said he'd pay for the printing as well. I don't know. So I'd reach out. He might be, I don't want to sign him up for anything, but he was pretty willing.
Yeah. But it is a fire shirt.
It is a very fire shirt. Speaking of fire things, we're going into another match, Sam, on Sis Horizon, and I want to tell you about a particular team I have my eyes on. Not only is the Big Splash filled with the entirety of the Wayfowl crew, but on the side of the Boundless, it is Aztrac, Utopian, and Tech Ninja.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be kind of crazy.
This is kind of a star-studded lobby for us, you know, and I'm excited to get into this one. It's going to be hectic. Sis Horizon, you know, is a fan favorite. Very predictable, not much dynamism in comparison to maps like Fortune Stadium and such. So overall, this should be very different compared to what we've just seen, Cody.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I'm already seeing a BFR, and it looks like an interesting skin. I don't know if I've seen that yet. Looks like the M60, maybe double heavy. Young, you're here just in time.
Amazing. You know what? CNS controlling Video Ninja. Who would have saw that coming? I think we're back.
What a surprise. Young, we were just saying, this is a bit of a star-studded lobby when it comes to TFC Pugs. On the Big Splash, we have the entire Dojo Foul, but on the Boundless, we've got Aztrac in here, playing with Utopian and Tech Ninja. So overall, this is gonna be an awesome lobby. We're gonna start off here on the side of Az, who's playing the heavy. Normally we see him play light. I saw him, I think, put in the game chat that he's not warmed up yet, so he's gonna rock the BFR here. Let's go ahead and get his aim all ready to go, Young.
Yeah, I think people like to swap roles every now and then. BFR, a gun we haven't really seen too much, but here comes the Sledge. The Fauster fellas, always an underrun those. Sometimes triple Sledge, but not enough for the BFR, the big freaking revolver. It is a little crazy that the Way fellas have all gotten on the same team. I have to see if they can actually use their triple, I guess double Sledge this time to victory here. They are going to get the box. C4 is going to come out. See if they can put a little stall to that one. I do hate to break it to him, though. There's no cash out even over here, fellas. You just start booking it over. In the meantime, Kingfish going to get the first plug, but here comes the Fausters. Again, double Sledge. Not something you really want to walk into here, fellas, do you?
Ooh. Nice glitch there onto the lock bolt to make it actually not connect on the side of Wave Faustus, and he's going to get cleaned up by Aztrac there. Utopian finding the pick onto Wave Foul. Rez coming out of Fauster onto Faustus. Utopian been on fire all evening with his dagger and continues to do so as he's able to take out Wave Faustus. Fellas, just watch that one back real quick.
Yeah, just a little guy with a knife. I mean, I think that's all there is to it. He's just a little fella.
Just a little fella getting the backstab. Shows him I don't need the big sledge. I got the little dagger instead. And jumping back in, though, we do see Boundless gonna go ahead and get this plug in onto A. On the other side of the arena, we're seeing the Kingfish fighting it out with the Livewires far side, the last one remaining over there. Box has been plugged and is well underway on this side of the Kingfish. And ultimately, everybody looking like in a good spot. However, these cash out timers are a bit staggered, fellows.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how staggered they actually are. I think that fight just took a long time, and the Big Splash are kind of running away from the Boundless here. That Pyro Nade set the entire team on fire, doing a ton of damage, really slowing them down. Wave Foul getting damage. Someone's chasing him. Aquavex getting a great pick with that SH1900. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, I didn't expect that from Aquavex, but okay. And the winch coming in, Way Fauster is not very happy. He says, "How dare you?" Sorry, Way Fausters. You know, they're kind of similar. I'm sorry.
It's just, I feel like they must be brothers. Must
It
run
could
the
be.
family. But yeah, it is a shame that Austin's evolved into the SH1900 kind of degenerate behavior. I would never do that. But here comes the steal. Way Fauster with the steal.
Oh, no.
Winch. Not gonna. Oh, wait. Oh, they got it. No, they didn't. I'm good. They almost had it. But here comes the potential retake. Again, seeing a lot of lock bolts, a lot of winch coming out. No RPG potentially for either of them. Either of the Wave fellas. Here comes the push, though. Hammer getting a great pick with that. Oh, I say that. My mind is going crazy. Sorry. I'm trying to look through this preview window. I think CNS might be hacking Video Ninja on my end. So actually, fellas, I'm going to do a quick little refresh. You guys take it away.
Yeah, no worries there, Young. I'm also kind of playing around with it. However, yeah, Big Splash, unfortunately, do fall. The dojo going down. Not something we typically see out of them. You know, the option of not having the RPG is certainly interesting when you're running triple melee, because that is an extra piece of range damage that you could have in the kit, but you're not going to. So Aquavex is finding two with the double barrel there. Last one remaining on the side of the Boundless is Tech Ninja, who looks to have maybe coined in, but it's not going to be enough as his belt-fed weapons were hanging out.
Put the bullets in upside down.
What was going on with that? That was a little
Hey, buddy,
weird.
the bullet's got to go down. I don't know what he's doing. He put his belt
It
on
helps
wrong
feed
this
him
morning.
quicker.
Yeah.
That guy's hungry. That fella's hungry for them bullets. Yeah, I guess a bit of a wild start here. The Fausters, I don't even know what we want to call them, the Way fellas. 2K their names, same for the live wires. Samurai, the last alive there. Box not plugged yet, but we have some prep work coming in from the Big Splash. We know those Sledgehammer players very well. Have to see if there's some play for a little bit of a stall. I'm sure if you're on the side of the Kingfish, you're hearing them smashing holes in walls. But here it comes, the push. Box and the hand of light on the Kingfish. Shots coming out the winch as well. Big opening damage. Going to take one out from both teams. Can the retake happen here on the side of the Big Splash? Shield going down. Wave Foul also taken out by Hammer. Great M11 shots to make that happen. Wave Fauster last alive. He does have that hammer. Not quite going to connect. Right hand swings, buddy. Overheads. Come on. Nope. That's one. Oh, that's. I don't even think he's long for this world fouls. I'm just gonna be honest. A big sledge versus three tiny men. I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, Aquavex doing a good job there.
Oh, no, the pyro.
Oh, okay. I was just about to say Aquavex doing a good job of poking with that DB to get some damage in, but staying out of range of the sledge on the side of Way Fauster and continuing to do so as he's able to find the pick onto Way Faustist.
Yeah, man, it is really unfortunate. I think they're kind of just getting spaced out by these double lights. They're really kind of just struggling to find any sort of footing of controlling that space. It's tough. I mean, they move around quick. It's double dash, and especially that SH1900, it's going to keep the melee in check. That's kind of what it's good for. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, excited to see what changes are going to happen. Fellas, I gotta say, Season 10's on the brink. I know we got fights happening on this map, but anything you want to see new? Anything you might want to see? We see some adjustments coming into this next season. I know we've seen the repeater get a little nerfed, so maybe that's out of the window. Sledge is starting to get, back in the picture. Just random barrels, and okay, you know what? We're gonna come back to the Season 10 discussion in a second. Here comes the push, my boys.
Yeah, push coming in out of the Kingfish here onto the Big Splash. This is a big box here for the Kingfish. They need to lock this down as they'll be in a great spot for that final rotation of vaults, and they'll continue to stay in first place. However, if they lose this, things could get a little dicey, as the Big Splash would be at 14, which is not enough to topple the lead just yet, but it does put them in position to stay in this game. A nice winch going out on the side of Lemon Tech, but it's not going to be enough there, as Aquavex finds a pick on the Wave Fauster. Ken finding one more on the Wave Faustus. Wave Foul getting the trade out onto Aquavex. It's just Wave Foul against Ken and Hammer, and ultimately Hammer taking that one down.
That was way fast. I'm sorry, I tried. I'm gonna do that again.
No,
good old.
that was good.
I thought that winch connected, but I guess the dome
Me too, yeah.
came out right in time to block it. Again, great change, by the way. Thank you, Park. look, we got a little bit of a different story here. Akavex, Ken, and the Hammer running away a little bit with this. Does get the tap extra 1K, but this is still kind of, I would say, kind of anyone's game here. Again, purple and pink, both in dire needs of the plug and the money. I don't think we're on the ranked rule set, so wipes aren't really going to matter right now, but I say that fight breaking out. Far side, trying to get some shots in with that LH1. The reload coming out. We got 3 teams scrapping here. Overhead swings from the way boys. They're going to finally take out pink. That is a wipe onto the live wires. They are struggling with this, but looking at the money totals, Kingfish get the plug as well. Now, if you're on the side of orange, what do? You have to get that first place. So, do you double or do you hope that someone gets to steal onto the current box? Looks like the double is coming in here, boys.
Yeah, it does look to be coming in, and I'm wondering if orange doesn't want to be the ones to do it. But hold on, wait. The Kingfish able to grab it and throw it away. There's only 30 seconds left, and then we're going into OT, which isn't going to be too great here. I wonder if they're trying to split it. I'm going to go over to Ken, and it looks like they're doing exactly that. They're going to split it. This is crazy.
This is a huge heads-up play for the Kingfish. I mean, way to get control of that vault, but also to go ahead and run it across and say, you know what? Go ahead and take our box. We'll control this one instead. I mean, this is, excellent macro out of them, fellas.
These fellas should watch the major. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's a bit surprising. Surprising is a big word, but the fact that no one really just tried to stop them, or really like everyone as a team go through and get the box. Look at the kills though, big hammer kills coming out. I think pink may just be a little cooked here. However, this match is not over. If orange gets the first box, actually, if they really need either of these to surpass red here. So if they get this box here, the game is theirs. Great. Let's take that dome out immediately. But look at the position. Still great stuff from the Kingfish. Here they come with the drop, though. A little bit of a split from them. If we can get a push from the balance right now, this might be the one that they need.
Yeah, nice damage there out of Aztract onto Aquavex. Aquavex been a difference maker in this entire match with that double barrel. Az is going to go ahead and look to get sturdy on him here, maybe try to find a pick, but he's got to be careful of his positioning, make sure that he doesn't get picked by that thing. Nice shot there out of Aztract, but not going to find the kill onto Hammer as he escapes with his life. Aquavex finding the pick on the wave foul, as now every team is starting to get involved in the mix here, and ultimately, fellas, that is it. Kingfish, I believe, taking it home. 64K to their bankroll.
I know if Cody's winner, he wouldn't let that happen. I'm gonna keep it above.
That is true. I probably wouldn't have had anything happen the way I'm playing, but that's why I'm casting and not playing. I really want to talk about that. Like, genuinely, the heads up play, like the macro there. I didn't think I'd see it from TFC Pugs, but man.
Hey, listen, we're leveling up here, fellas. Yeah, 10 kills for Onkovax. Okay, buddy, I see you.
Yeah, you give that guy a double barrel shotgun.
I'm hearing you, love. Yeah, I think I will say, I wish we saw how they dropped the box. If it was a pick and they just grabbed it and ran with it. I think if you're in that situation, that's a full team push. That's a full court press to get that box plugged in for the steal. Not sure if it was a fumble on the boundless. Again, second place isn't bad, but in this mode, it is first or nothing. But we're seeing this a lot. One team just getting so far ahead at the end of the match. 64K to 33. That is, I'm no good at math, but that's a little bit. Yeah, unfortunate stuff for Orange, but yeah, good stuff by Alcovex and go to make it happen.
Yeah, no note. Thank you, coach, for the breakdown of that one. I mean, yeah, insane match. And you're totally right. Most of these cash outs have been a snowball. It seems like teams are kind of finding out a little too late of the situation that they're in and then trying to kind of last second flip the macro in their favor, which just ultimately has not worked out. But again, just insane heads up play out of, you know, the Kingfish there, out of Aquavex and crew. You know, most teams I feel like would grab that vault and just dash punch it away and then just send it across map, but they actually went ahead for the split, which I mean ultimately kind of won them the map. So huge heads up play. I mean, that was genuinely impressive.
Yep, I think you were absolutely right. I'm continuing to be impressed. I think every day we run these, I think Young kind of summed it up great, is that, man, our boys are leveling it up. I mean, they're pulling out some things that I didn't think they were capable of. And I mean, I don't even think I'm capable of some of the things they pull off. It's It's impressive. I mean, even just like thinking about individuals, right? Like Utopian continues to just be a demon on that dagger. I mean, we saw it on the Boundless. He was top of his team. That guy's crazy. I didn't think he was capable of it, and I continue to be impressed. So you know what? Dad's proud, guys. Good job.
Unless you're me, frick dagger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that too.
Sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it.
No, it's okay.
Well, I also think it's worth mentioning as well that I feel like Pugs opens the opportunity for people to practice a lot more with people that aren't in necessarily their rank, which allows them to learn a lot more of these macro decisions and stuff. You know, now maybe they've come to these Pugs and not learned a damn thing the entire time they've been here, but like Cody says, I will say, like the skill of a lot of these players who I've seen in Pugs ever since we started running these, even before they were ever broadcasted, have genuinely improved, like tremendously. I mean, Tactical Turtle is somebody that I've mentioned. I mean, he's been on the diamond grind this season, already hit it. I mean, that guy has greatly improved at the finals just in general. Not to say he wasn't, you know, good or anything, but like it's incredible to watch these guys just continue to grow and grow. So hopefully this has been beneficial to you as a player, but if not, I can tell you it's been beneficial to me as a caster. So we're going to continue to let these things run, and we're going to not waste any more time here as Rack-Az and Wave Fauster are going to lead up the Boundless here on Fangway City 2030, 2 p.m. Shunny. Fellas, this is a map that we know and love, honestly, to watch. Cody and I, at least. Young, before you were here, we were talking about how much fun this map has become to watch here at Pugs, because mainly we don't see it really anywhere else. And I just feel like the destruction verticality, at least with when you have the dojo foul people here and such, like, I feel like it makes this map just so different than what I typically see when I play it and genuinely hate it. So what are you hoping to see, fellas, as we start to get into this thing?
Man, I just want some dang finals. That's all I want. I think it's going to depend, right? If the Faustist, and they're all split up here, are we going to see all the sledges come out from them? Probably, I'll be honest here. But the push coming out, Astrak back on heavy, BFR in hand. Again, rocking right up on the pinks. Winch not going to gank here. But it really leads me to this opening pick. They have the sledges. They want to get up close and personal. Damage coming out, but great shots here to open things up. One more shot from Az will do it, but he drops down. The light just dashing away. 1 bar left on him. This fight's going back and forth. Rack will pick up way foul. So it's just Cortisol. I must have missed when someone died, but Cortisol just either going to accept his fate or try and wait it out. They got to find him, fellas. Hello.
Yeah, it is a great play here to just hide the bush. It looks like he's starting to make some sort of movement towards the rest of the team, but Astrak notices him getting some damage in. This is not a great position here. The winch coming in, damage as well. I think they're coming to support him, Cortisol. This ain't looking great for you, bud.
You know, personally, if that was me, I just would have killed them all. But
just would have clutched up. Yeah.
I just thought I thought I would make that clear. Would have one-shot headshot all of them, but it's not me.
Yeah, if he was just running Graves and split shot, he would have won that.
Honestly, yeah, I think that's a skill diff, right? Guy did not buy anything in the shop. But either way, next fight starting up. We're not even going to say what we're talking about. Big overhead swing, not going to connect there. But look at the health bars. Wave Fauster, half Rack, half Astrak already down. RPG's not going to help you there by any means. Second Samurai will take down Wave Fauster. Now the steal. There's still time, right? Kingfish probably going to take this one down. C4 is going to deter them for a little bit. Rack getting the res back on the Wave Fauster. Astrak will coin back in. This fight's about to reset.
Yeah, full reset coming in on the side of the Boundless. Plenty of time on this cash out to go here. Nice collapse on Utopian there out of Rack. That's going to be a big pick to start things off. Wave Fauster now looking to clean up. Second Samurai does find it there. Does find the last one on to Tom Tosta. That's going to be a flip in their favor, fellas.
What a play.
I feel like this man has played the sledge before. I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before. 1, 2, and 360 overhead swing. See, that was crazy. Yeah, I think just fighting sledge is it's not the most fun thing in the world for these guys, especially if they're up close and personal, let alone 2 sledges sometimes. No, Astrak's on BFR. Sorry, the Wave Fauster fellas have been separated. I'm just cooked. Brain's cooked. Long day of work. But on the bright side, it looks like we have CNS back in a little bit. And also, sorry, just comical, just explosion of coins from Sol. The Res swing back out. Just gonna go ahead and absolutely just farm their teammates for a little bit. Sorry, that was just too funny. This guy
That was-
appears in the window, explodes
That was
in the
really
coins
convenient. You
immediately.
talk about the sledge, and then all of a sudden the sledge is just busting through the wall from the free camp. It was just cinematically hilarious. But cash out going in favor of the Boundless, who have just absolutely dominated on this one. The retake being huge after downing in that first fight with the coin out as there, and gotta go ahead and secure that money, put it in their pocket. Nice $1,500 lead over the Big Splash on the other side of the arena, with Hammer the last one remaining over on that side. Again, I'm not sure if we're in ranked rules yet. I haven't seen game shows, so I think we are. We're Big Splash die here. That's actually gonna be pretty big loss at this point. So yeah,
Counterpoint. I don't think it is ranked because we're on even $500 intervals.
that is very true. Yeah, so we should switch that around. We should get some ranked rules.
We switch that around. Don't worry about that, sweetheart.
I'd like to see if the macro changes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think these fights have been so fast. Pink also getting wiped here, so purple gonna go and make their way over to 4. Probably plug that into D. Yeah, just keep recording. Keep going, Jug. Bro ain't even looking at anything on that screen. That's crazy. I don't know if he knows that. The lens is still on there.
Our lovely camera operator Cody was admiring the scenery earlier, so Jog, I guess, decided to take matters into his own hands with the camcorder, and I guess knows that we are
vandalism. Hello.
Yeah, nobody asked you to desecrate the walls with your turnip, fella.
Jog. I think we banned this guy. Can we please? One in chat if you want to ban Jog forever from everything.
I'm spamming one. I'm writing a macro right now.
Oh my god. And they're teleporting the box away. That's cheating. I can't. Oh, but here comes. Okay, everyone's up on my life. This is a terrible bit. Let's just play the game. Someone please take the comps for me.
Way Faustus sitting there actually pre-firing the right click out of the gateway, and I mean like 2 seconds too early. Like almost, if he had just stood there and continued to pre-aim that, he might have actually found one out of the gateway there.
I think I saw his cheats kicking in there for a second. I don't want to say nothing. You see the snap on that guy?
Yeah. Big Splash, though, being chased down by the Kingfish. Hammer starting to lay in a ton of damage there. Jog going to get the cleanup onto Second Samurai. The Arn out of Hammer helping him out there, as Jog taking a ton of damage down to kind of a decently low health, but managing to stay alive there, as now Tom Toast with that sword looking to get sturdy and active, maybe looking for cleanup here, but Hammer going to find the pick onto him. Utopian, last one remaining on this side of the Kingfish. Pretty separated overall, and last remaining here. This is a lot of time dwindling away on the side of the Big Splash. The Big Splash are not going to have it, as he's in hot pursuit. That's going to be Wave Faustus chasing down Utopian, looking to hopefully clean this thing up. This would be a huge stagger if Samurai doesn't coin in before Utopian dies, and he's not going to, as Wave Faustus does get the wipe onto the Kingfish.
Yeah, I just want to say some. Have you guys made an Arn and Hammer joke yet? I'm sorry. Sorry, it's Hammer displaying the Arn. It's like the baking soda thing. I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, the Arn and Hammer.
Oh, that was deep. Actually, that was a deep one.
That was a deep cut. Anyway, next fight. A little bit of time left on this box. P needs to win this immediately. Faustus, though, takes down Tactical Turtle. Basically, as the fight even just started, next one comes out. I don't know if you want to fight that one there, big fella. He's swinging that thing. Oh, my goodness. Wave Faustus going crazy. Corozal goes down. Sword is all that's left. Wave Foul. The brothers fighting together. Sword, can he get anything? No, he cannot. Wave Foul goes down to the Arn and Hammer. But looking at this, we're going to have a dang even game. Purple and Orange both on 33 in a little bit. These next boxes are going to dictate a lot. Again, we're not on ranked rules, so people are not losing money. So all going to come down to how the Big Splash want to hold this and how the Boundless are going to push. If any of these teams get this plug, it's going to dictate the other one to either do the same or double. Now, fellas, we got a bit of a dilemma on our hands, don't we?
Yep, it is looking a little crazy. Astract already trying to make some sort of play here. Like you said, it is really up to the Boundless and the Big Splash to dictate this match and everything in between. Astract getting a great shot onto Tom Toast. This BFR is definitely hitting for him today. And now the vault is up and B's not too far. The question is, are they going to be able to get this plugged? I think so. It doesn't seem like any other team is going to stop them. I wonder if they're going to split this.
I want to see him throw it.
Throw it!
Yeah, you want a little putt action here? Yeah.
Yeah.
A little PVA action, if you will.
Bro did not play in the golf tournament.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad to see. Someone should do that again.
Yeah.
Well, the first plug comes out next box. Big Splash in a little bit of heat there. They're in mid-fight right now against the live wires. Way Fastest does get down to a little bit of health. He's going to start regenerating back up. But again, this box, if it is not plugged by a purple, this is going to be really instrumental in this game. But here comes the dash and try and clear things out as much as they can. But Ping on the push here. I think this is there's bigger implications here for the live wires. Again, the plug does come out. So we are in a dead heat, just about. A little extra money on the side of the Big Splash from these kills on Ping. A great sword dash and Corzo to clean them up. So Big Splash still not safe just yet, stuck fighting the live wires forever. And here comes the Kingfish as well. Meanwhile, Boundless just in it's free money.
Yeah, this is big for the Boundless. This is kind of the perfect situation that you want, because this honestly kind of secures your victory if nobody goes over there and contests you. And to be honest with you guys,
Hammer 1 HP.
Yeah, Hammer 1 HP, gonna go ahead and play the regen here. But on the terms of the live wires and the Kingfish, this is kind of over. Like, neither one of these boxes is enough. They need to secure both here. So really, they need to be going to the other side of the map, as the Boundless are further along, I think, than the live wires currently on their cash outs. This fight is honestly not the one you want to be taking if you're either one of the live wires or the Kingfisher, but that's not going to be the case. They're going to continue to fight this out as the Big Splash are looking to make a flip happen here, as Jog is down to 50 HP. He does spot, I believe, Wade Foul there, who does wind up not fighting that. Going to go ahead and back out there and see if he can reset for another stall opportunity here. We do see, I believe, Second Samurai trying to get involved there, but he's going to get picked up by Wade Foul. Just Wade Foul, though, finding a pick on the Jog, and Tactical Turtle finding one on Top Toes. Wade Foul finding another one onto his brother Faustus before getting traded out by Utopian. And fellas, I think this is it. The Boundless gonna take home this match and continue on our Pugs leaderboard.
Yep. I think just it's one of those things. Yep, Jover. Utopian said it best. Jover. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's one of those things where just one team got forgotten about. Again, no slouches on the Boundless here. These three big fellas on the screen. But yeah, generally, I think we've seen this a couple times. One team gets far ahead, they get the free plug, not really contested, and then everyone kind of fights for one whole box. I don't know, fellas, break it down. If there's more to break down, I don't know.
I think.
Well. Oh,
you go ahead.
Nah,
you go ahead.
You go ahead.
You go ahead. No, I insist. No, I insist.
Someone said he's thinking this is dangerous.
Yeah. Last time he thought it got a little scary. Nah, go ahead, Cody. Break it down. You're operating the camera. You were in the mix yourself. What happened?
I was in the mix, in the thick of it. Well, you know, overall, I just want to say that it's kind of insane that the triple heavy team, I wonder if they just had so much aura that nobody wanted to be involved with them. I wonder if people were just struggling overall. I mean, yeah, the Big Splash were kind of the only ones that were challenging them much at all. Both these teams, I think, were just emitting aura. They were too scared to push. Oh, I mean, we kind of saw it, right? There's so many deaths on the side of these other bottom half teams. I think they were really just struggling to find any sort of footing, and they felt like their best matchup was against the Big Splash. So that's what they did. They're like, you know what? I'm going to take my chances. We know the Boundless is going to come out on top. Way faster, 9 eliminations, so much damage. I mean, all of them were playing as units. They barely died. They had the least amount of deaths out of any team. I mean, they just played crazy.
Yep. They went big. Also, I don't know why. My mic apparently was maxing out. I don't know if I hit the scroll wheel or something, but we're back.
Okay, welcome back, fellas.
I don't know if we heard anything.
It does look like we've got another cash out on our hands, and I'm going to throw us to a real break real fast because I got to use the restroom. So I'm going to run that real quick, and then we're going to load right into this game. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm the one operating the production. That's just where we're at, all right? Nobody can hit the buttons but me. So we're going to go to a quick break.
Oh, we talked about this.
Don't go anywhere because we are immediately loading into this match. Don't touch that mouse, fellas. See you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. No time to waste. Like I said, we're getting right into the action here on Las Vegas Stadium for another amazing cash out game. Joined with me is Cody and Young, none other than the Pookies themselves. Hello. And we're ready to get on up in here. So
I have to interrupt and say that Aquavex kind of has a W. A W
oh,
fit.
We do love the Orf fit. We do. And the pizza.
Yep.
Very good. Big trip. Looking at the comps though, 2 lights and a heavy. I think we've seen this time and time again. It's usually Aquavex. You had us.
I know. He had to change it. Had to change it.
Of course, it's classic Austin. But I will say, Tetra's in here too.
Yeah, Tetra's in here. Yeah.
Not on the flamethrower either, I don't think. On the light this time. I was gonna say, before Austin changed his whole outfit. Thanks, man. Seen a lot of light, double light heavy. Actually, a little bit of everything in this one. Double heavy medium, double light heavy, and then 2 HMLs. Never mind, I'm missing correct a little bit of everything. But looking at Tetra's loadout here, Nullifier XP, Breach Charge, and Gravity Vortex. So I think this man might be cooking or it's absolutely cooked. I might be with the second one, I don't know.
Nah, Tetra rocking the ultimate stall comp here. I kind of like it out of him, to be honest, but Utopian gonna go down early there to rock. Hammer finding a pick there onto Second Samurai to keep you informed of what's happening on the other side of the arena, but we're gonna own things back in here as the Boundless are fighting out the Live Wires. Rock taking a ton of damage there. Again, Live Wires missing Utopian. That is a pivotal pick early on, but Aquavex trying to res in the open. I don't think he realized that, you know, with the hand res, it actually turns off your cloak. So kind of a misplay out of him as Live Wires are going to get reset thanks to Tetra there, Young.
Yeah, and again, this fight, they do get the plug on the Boundless, but 2v3 now in favor of the Live Wires. Tetra hunting down Wayfoul here. That sword trying to do a lot of work there. The dash is not. Oh, they are going to connect there. The nullifier not going to do much. He swing, but Utopian and that SA-12 also going to take him down. Still 2v1 here. Alkavex, DB in hand. This weapon can one shot away. Can he get in there? Gonna have to wait and see. Oh, vision onto the medium of pink. Gonna do a little bit of damage. Deterred Jog from the steal. Coins are plentiful for everyone, so orange can start coining back in. This is a good time to steal for pink. Again, just looking at the time, still about a minute left on this. So, Livewire still plenty of time, or sorry, Boundless still plenty of time to make something happen here. But Alkavex, I would say he's doing a great job poking out the rest of the team, but he's just going to get taken out. He's hunted down. Now Wayfowl and Rat, the last two alive. Can they make something happen? Sword starts swinging, gonna go and take down one, but here comes Jog with that Rebo. He does great work. One more shot will take down the sword. Not quite going to be enough. Wayfowl doing good stuff. It's not enough, though. SA-12 got too many bullets. Utopian will take him down, and let's take a look at that, shall we?
Yeah, Jog hitting this flying headshot, by the way. It looked like he headshot with the red barrel onto Rock there, which was just insanity. That's kind of why I clipped this, but Wayfowl going in with that sword to kind of try to clean things up. Unfortunately, not able to close the gap onto Utopian, who was able to close that thing out for the live wires. And cash out looking very much likely it's going to their wallets, fellas.
Yeah, Cody, let's break it. Let's dive into that. Yeah, I think, honestly, from my side, I think it was just a pretty elongated fight. Dashing swords are pretty hard to hit, but Cody, what would you have done? How do you get that box back?
Man, honestly, I think the problem was, Alkavex is doing a great job at picking and keeping them at bay, but I think he actually should have been a bit more aggressive. I mean, if you're going to stay alive and hold it out for your team, you kind of got to put all your eggs in one basket. I think he was a little hesitant, and giving him that steal kind of gave him the momentum that they needed. And they kind of just went into the fight down one immediately. That's kind of the tough part there, is you really have to be careful and commit to the play that you're making. And the hesitancy is going to take you down. And already Aztrak coming in, doing great damage with that. A Cerberus from Hammer? Hold on, what am I seeing? BFR coming out from Aztrak the Winch, trying to get onto Jog. Nothing seems to connect. Jog is so incredibly low right now. I don't know if he's able to get away. Aztrak looking for him. He's hiding behind the goo. He's right there, man.
I was going to say, the 360 was...
How is he alive?
And the regen kicks in. It's over, pals. It's over. Oh! Well,
Yeah,
that's good measure.
coming in.
I think you just RPG your feet right now and just end it. I think you just...
Yeah.
I don't know. There's much going on with this
Go
one.
next.
I think it's GG. Here comes Jog. Gonna climb that ladder. Cover's gone. Aztrak still in World of Hurt. Smoke is actually doing a lot of work here to take him out of the picture. But here comes the fight. I hear the RPG go off too. Fellas, what are we doing? Oh, what are we doing?
No way!
Jog, how does he manage to close this one out? They just danced around each other. I mean, winch out of Az somehow should have confirmed this kill, but the battle of the revolvers, and it's going to be the R357 taking that one home. Moving over to the other side of the map. Go ahead, Young. Go ahead. I'm talking of you. Go fast.
No, I was just saying my gun's better. That's all I was saying. That was a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, 6 shots versus 5. I guess that's enough to make it happen there. And we're going to go ahead and jump on board here with the Boundless battling out with the big splash here for Cash Out C. And Boundless, as we get involved here, are already down one person. That's going to be Rock on the heavy already. Coin is available, but it is the final coin. So we're seeing some hesitancy out of them. And, one thing to talk about is the Boundless not having the defib at their disposal. And on the kill feed right now, we see the Kingfish getting a pick onto Aquavex out of Aztrak there. This could be a third-party situation, as it is. The Kingfish are looking to now get involved here, but they're going to have to deal with the sledgehammers of the Wayfouster boys, which is going to create a ton of stall potential with that double winch, double sledge, guys.
I don't think Purple's losing. I think double winch even kills him with the winch. Big change going to take him out there. But I mean, even look at the time. Here come the sledges. That's one. Not going to get the second one. But again, does it really matter? Not really. But look at the score, too. This will be evening things up pretty nicely. But the Livewire is also getting a little bit of a lead. They go ahead and plug the next box, and this one's not changing hands at all. A good effort by the Kingfish, but ultimately we're evened up practically across the board here. Looking like anyone's game so far. We're going to have to see where the next box spawns. But Livewires, I think they're having this kind of happen again. Haven't seen too much of them fighting too much. I think in the kill feed here and there, but ultimately, if I'm either of these teams, it's time to leave, fellas. I don't know. We're fighting too long.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you do get a little too caught up in this fight. I mean, the Big Splash, they have an okay lead, and it is good to get the Kingfish kind of out of the fight for a bit, but it's really more important to go get Vault 5, right? They're only 1K above, so it is really, really quintessential that they get this plug and this box, and I wouldn't be wasting any time knowing how our pugs go. Everyone loves getting involved at the last second, and I'd rather be as sure as possible of my involvement. But already kind of an interesting approach. It looks like they're going for D. They want the money now. They don't want to wait for 5. And the winch coming in for way Fauster. Down goes Tetra. Down goes Jog. This is going in great. It is now just Utopian holding it out for the live wires to steal coming in. This is the time. Hold on. The S8 12-16, the charge and slam. Why are we hesitating? Wait, it's the perfect interrupt. Wait, it's going for the steal again. The damage is coming in. You need to try to do something, Uto, but no, the camera's broken. They're going to get the steal. The Big Splash, get this.
You know what? The thing's great to see if you're on the side of the live wire. Big live wire fans in shambles, and here comes Red. What, Ash? Hello? Ash, what are you doing over here? What are we doing, big fella? Get back to your team. There's nothing over here for you, man. Well, I guess he gets a kill. Tetra, just doing Tetra things. Big null. You know, I ain't got anything for this one. I'm be honest. I'm running off of caffeine and fumes at the moment, and this is hurting my head.
So one thing I want to mention, fellas, real quick, is that was a 12K box. That box was that staggered, if you recall, because Jog and Az had that 1v1 well after the previous cash out had already been claimed. So that's actually why we're even in this situation to start with. And now you can see that we're opening an 18K box while one is already plugged on the other side of the map, which with how close the cash totals are together, this is kind of everybody's game. The Boundless need a plug here. They are going to get a flip there, and that does, you know, add one more 1,000 to their bank along with it. But, you know, thank you, Embark, for the new UI to basically tell us that that's not enough for them to actually get in this thing, and they do get wiped. Luckily, this is not ranked cash out, so, you know, no cash deduction there, but they really probably misplayed a little bit not going for 6 and getting this plug, as now the Big Splash are going to look to extend their lead.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. This is kind of necessary. The Big Splash, you wanted to stop them from getting this plug because they have the most money in the lobby. Them splitting it is how they guarantee victory. And the live wires are going to go in for the steal, but is it going to be enough? That's kind of the question. The steal coming in from Tetra. Not sure if they're going to be able to interrupt it, though. The sledge coming in, trying to get the drop. It looks like they're able to make it. Jog not in a good position because Faust is with that sledge coming in and just tearing it up. This is not looking great for the live wires. It is a 2v2. Tetra incredibly low. Might as well call it a 1v1. These right clicks just keep on coming in. Utopian holding it down for this team. Faust are able to get a pick onto Tetra. Utopian now gets absolutely slammed by that right click. I don't think there is a case where the Big Splash don't win this, boys.
Yeah, it's looking a little locked in. A bit of a messy fight if I'm on the side of the live wires there, right? You kind of... Especially against a double sledge, I think you really just want to try and get a little bit of chip damage, right? Let them use their abilities, let them use the dome. You got a glitch, right? You got a light, you got Tetra. Actually, I lied, he's not running glitch. But either way, in a perfect world, you'd have something like that. We got to play the range game against these guys. But here comes the Kingfish. Again, they know that they have to get this box. They want to do something. Hammer on that serve. Great winch to bring up that box out of off the bottom floor there. But where is his team? I don't see anything happening with this box. And fellas... The Big Splash, the double sledge, saying, yes, we can make this work.
Yep, the dojo has once again proven that Wayfowl lives. And, yeah, putting in great work overall. I mean, nice stalls there, nice aggression, dropping Jog there earlier in that fight. And, I mean, just pivotal picks. It's just constantly what we see out of these guys. So, I mean, they used to Ruby push with Sledge before it got nerfed, and they're still doing so today. I don't know if they've hit Ruby, but they're at least making it to Diamond every season. So clearly, they're doing something right. They're doing things that I can't do with a gun, apparently. So, massive shout outs to them.
You know, why shoot? We can just hit stuff.
True.
I think it's
you're so right.
Easy answer. But yeah, Wayfauster, 10 kills, another day at the office. No biggie. Astrax 7,200 combat as well, going big.
It's crazy.
But the boys on the Boundless, just a bit of a struggle bus there. 2-6, 3-5, 1-6, sub 2K combat. Just couldn't get anything going. You know, I think momentum in a lot of these teams' favor, but I will give credit to the Big Splash. Double heavy, double sledge, not fun to fight. I think not fun to push at all, especially with the double winch. I think especially if you see them on the same team, play the light, get either a glitch trap on the medium, get a glitch nade on the lights, now that we've reverted back to 2 in your inventory. I think teams might need to swap off of just the comfort picks and start playing for a little bit of counter picks, fellas.
Totally right. I mean, yeah, you're right there. I mean, sorry, I was sending a Discord link out to somebody, but Tetra, one thing I was going to say is, you know, they had the loadout for stall, right? They had the breach charges. I think that's what's called on light. And then the gravity vortex, clearly looking to do the job of the heavy there. It just seemed like they never could get it really started up. And then you factor in, of course, EU ping as well, which just makes things even more challenging, fellas. So nonetheless, first of all, I want to say hello to VARC in chat. Welcome in, fella. Also, Colin, I've sent you a new Discord link. I hope that one works. If it doesn't, please let me know and I will get you a new one again. Apologies. I don't know what's going on. Some of our links just seem to expire even though they're not supposed to. So apologies about that. But if you guys are new here, this is TFC Pug Night. We run these every Tuesday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get to come by yourself. You don't need a team unless you want to bring one with you. You can run a captain's draft, which will let you play as squad. Just make sure that you load into the same queue as a squad. It is important. You must make sure that you do that queue together. Otherwise, you can't join up. That's how that works. But go ahead.
I do want to say one thing too. It's not Sam failed to mention. Next week is TFC speed dating night during Pug. So if you want to stop in, all you single fellas and ladies. Oh wait, no, this was canceled. Sorry, no, I'm reading the wrong script here. Sorry.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago in the broadcast that we wound up canceling. It was going to be Cody and I speed dating each other while we ran the comms, and unfortunately, he took somebody else on a romantic candlelit dinner that wasn't me, and so we've been beefing since, and that's why we didn't stream earlier last week too.
It's probably Jog. Hate that guy.
Jog.
It was great, honestly.
I'm saying, yeah. But
yeah, it must be nice, dude.
Yeah,
it was really nice, actually. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I'm great, man. Hey,
Jog
how's Disney, by
burger.
the way?
Yeah, he had a burger. It was good.
Yeah. Hey, how was Disney, by the way? You know, thanks for the invite. TFTI, by the way.
It was really good. I just really enjoyed going with my favorite people personally. I don't think I would have changed a single thing.
Okay.
What a nice.
All right.
Well, speaking of favorite things, it's Monaco. It's definitely my favorite. It's a light. Always a good time. You know, there's so many windows to jump in and out of, and especially, you know, during the poke meta, it was super fun to just sit on a rooftop and just shoot each other for 20 minutes. But we're in cash out, so there's a little bit less of that. It's going to be shooting each other for 10 minutes. But I'm excited. We have a sledge. I don't know how you're going to pull that off on a map like this. There's going to be a lot of movement that you're going to have to really lock in on. And if anyone's going to be able to do it, it's way faster. The question is, I know you brought up something, Young, that you wanted to see a little bit of counterplay. What do you do to counterplay 2 sledges?
Yeah, I think you just uninstall. I think it's just over, you know. I think why play when you could not play? No, I think it's one of those things where if the sledges are able to set up, right, you've already had a problem.
What the polygons on the trees? Wait, hold up. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a feature. No,
it's virtual reality, Sammer.
Sorry.
I do think it's one of those things where, you can't really let them set up, right? You gotta kind of be the proactive team. But granted, if you're fighting into them, if it's like they have the box already, kind of gotta play the little prolonged fights there. Turtle also getting a little bit aggro without his team. Probably a nice little BFR shot will take him down to 1 bar. HML pretty much across the board. I lied. For 2 teams across the board. Looking like they're trying to find someone here. RPG does come out, does a lot of damage to himself. That is Az going down to Technical Turtle and co. Tom Toast takes down Tetra. That's a lot of T names right there, fellas. One will take down way faster, takes down Rack. I was just trying to look at all the team comps they started fighting. That is not my fault.
You're good. Az came out of that gateway, unfortunately, onto the other side. The blade from Tom Toast, who put in some critical damage there at the early part. Tactical Turtle, though, cleaning that one up. And ultimately, Boundless's fight from there. That's going to be the plug to their advantage. A little bit behind, by the way, on time compared to the Big Splash, but nothing to really worry about, I feel like, just yet. the main thing, and I feel like it's been a bit of a cycle that we've seen, you know, in Pugs tonight, is that once the box has been secured, we can't keep fighting forever. It's time to get a move on and start playing that objective and plug that box, honey. And so, yeah. Boundless, though. Looking good so far. Tactical Turtle gonna use that pad to reposition there. Almost breaks it out in time, but it's not gonna be enough here as he tries to kite away. I'm not sure he's gonna actually make it out, as it does look like the Kingfish are in hot pursuit. They've kind of given that up. Instead, they're gonna go ahead and peel for the rest of the team. Tetra, though, finding that pick onto Tactical Turtle, finally, who was able to kite for a while there, but ultimately not able to make it out there. Breach Drill coming in now. The Sword of Tom Toast looking to find another player to take home. It's not gonna be enough, though, as the steal attempt now comes in out of Tetra, but ultimately the box does get dropped. Tetra getting caught up there as Tom Toast is gonna land the final blow there. Two remaining on the side of the Kingfishes, as down to half health currently. Still fighting. Rack looking to heal him up along with Chuck, as well as this fight just continues to go, but that is time dwindling down on the cash out. Tom Toast down to critical health now as Az finds that shot with the BFR to clean that one up. Wade Fauster and Tactical Turtle last two remaining, but no, Az again going huge and finding the pick onto Tactical Turtle. Wade Fauster last one remaining here. Rack gonna go ahead and hit the fib onto Tetra. If you're the Kingfish, it's time to go ahead and close this thing out. You need to push Wade Fauster here. You cannot just go for steal, because this is what's about to happen. That Sledgehammer is going to go ahead and meet you right in the faces. He's going to find one onto Tetra, looking to find another one as well. Does take down Az, but Rack doing a good job with the positioning there to get the cleanup. But ultimately, the cash out does go in favor of the Boundless.
Yeah, these fellas just gotta start putting the gas on there. That's all I gotta say. I'm also trying to figure out why CNS is still hacking my stuff. Now my mic's going up in volume sometimes. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll figure that out.
It just wants to hear you more. But I think you are right. I think a lot of these plays could be better if they were just more aggressive, you know, kind of capitalizing on the damage and the picks that they're doing. I think the kind of the stutter that's almost happening in their gameplay is allowing these teams to almost adjust and reset before they even realize it. And by the time they're making that play, it's too little too late. So, you know, I think it's less thinking and more just kind of doing, as crazy as it sounds. Don't stutter. Just trust yourself.
You know, more thinking, less stinking, I think is what you wanted to say. Just being too stinky with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I had to be said. I'm sorry.
No, I think you summed it up just perfect.
I'm hearing you, love.
I'm hearing you, love.
Thank you. I feel heard right now. All right, this bit sucks. Let's look at where the boxes are going. Good play by the Kingfish there. Look at the money totals as well. All right, if I'm anyone in this lobby, I'm looking, okay, Boundless is ahead. Again, still on not ranked rules. So if that is figured out by these players, you know, whoever's team you're on, I would say just start going for the Boundless box, which is exactly what the Big Splash are doing. Our potential first and second place teams here, big lock ball coming out, but is it going to be enough? The Sledgehammer battle. Way Faster could win this. A couple of good overheads will do it. Oh, not going to connect. But Way Faster's working heck. Yeah, I think this is exactly what we needed, right? You push the people in first place, because in this kind of mode, right? Even if you get second, no points for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of a good thing for the overall game, but not a great spot for the live wires. They're really struggling to find much of anything. I mean, the good news is not too many teams. If the Big Splash are able to make it away with this, they're going to have a pretty insane lead. What? Which, no by the way, this is right where you want it to be, because now you can play drop, which you can't really do too much if it's not on a suspended structure. We're utilizing that, and already kind of some good plays coming in from the Boundless. The lock bolt getting almost the entirety of the Big Splash. They're staying grouped, they're staying together, and the Boundless want some action. They're trying to get anyone down here. The Sledge is really great here, but they need to try to get involved as soon as possible. Damage coming in onto Wade Faust for the right click onto Tom Toast. Cortisol down as well. It is 1-1, and we need Faustus to get into the fight, because it is now him just holding it down for the Boundless. The right click comes in. The defib comes in as well. Down goes. Hold on. Nope. Just like that. Oh. I thought the Big Splash were coming through, and the Boundless were able to take it out, and they get this box. And this is not great, boys, because as we're about to see, the Boundless have a lot of money.
Yeah, they get a little bit of money. Well, the game is not over, though. Again, 12K is going to wrap up. 8 teams are still, well, they're on the way. But again, it's one of those things with the balance. You got to stop them. If you're anyone in this lobby, you know, basically bound together and play together, stop them from even getting the plug, right? If they get the plug, gonna put them a little far ahead. So that's kind of step number one. But looking at the spawns for the cash outs, we got grandmas, right? Go all the way over there. And looks like opposite sides of the map here. But on the other side, we have the Kingfish and the Live Wires. Two of our teams that are not on the top fighting it out right now. Everyone find these plugs, boys. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh, what a great play from Cortisol and Wayfaustus, but it's not enough. Tom Toast now holding it down. It's Wayfaust, sword versus sword. Tom Toast is able to get a nice right click, and he's able to take it home. Down goes the big splash. What a play. Oh, yeah, you deserve the emote. Yep, hit that. But we don't have too much time. You got to hit the vault going. We only have 2 minutes. Looking at the replay, oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Yeah, just down to the wire here, but Tom Toast finding the one swing there, Wayfoul with the whiff, and finally that dash just with the touch of the blade was enough to take out Wayfoul there. And Boundless looking to bound ahead and keep their lead. I don't know if that one sucked, fellas. I really tried with that one, but I don't know. As it left my lips, it just didn't hit. I was like, damn.
I think you should do less of the bound. I don't like that.
I still love you. It's fine. It's okay.
Thanks. No. Anyways, though, now is the time, lobby, to immediately rotate A. I don't even think it got time. I think it's safe to say the Boundless are going to safely get this plug here. And this is pretty dire straits because that's going to be 4K. It's going to put them at 40. I don't even know if the Kingfish can catch up unless they also plug. And even then, that's a little too much math for myself. But I think that just puts them at 36. Am I wrong? Or does it put them at 46?
But there's not. I don't even know if there's enough time to double, boys. It's 200 meters away. Are they? Yeah. They're not going to plug. Wait. Yeah, this is actually such a heads up play. Yeah, they're just not going to plug. There's just
going to stall this one out. But it does look like even, you know, big splash. I'm not sure if running all the way over there, even gonna get there.
I know B is closer. I think just getting a plug, getting the game to continue is your best choice at this point. No, they're just gonna try to get it over. I don't think there's enough time.
I think they're out of time here. I mean, they have gate. If Wayfoul can get the gate up there, they have to go now. Throw the gate. You have dash. You can start throwing it. There you go. There's one.
Nope.
No gate. What are we doing? Hello? What are we doing? Oh my god. Yeah, you tell them in chat, lame, cringe. Yes. No, I mean, it was a heads up play. I will say, you know, if you throw the gate up there, there's a chance, but whatever.
I think it's just that hesitancy of throwing it and worrying about, you know, the amount of time it leaves your hand to, I guess, take it. I don't know. Yeah, but throwing the gateway there was definitely what was necessary in order to even try to get in there. It was definitely interesting too because it looked like they tried to use the tractor beam of the alien ship to try and I guess gain the height instead, which just was significantly slower than anything else. But let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. As going 9-2, 7k damage, bro has been frying, and who would say they're surprised? Wayfaustus though, 10-3, 5k damage with that sledgehammer, and Cortisol 2-4 with 2,000 damage as well, along with Wayfoul 31-54. You know, overall,
get a
pretty decent spread.
We gotta talk to this jog guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
fella.
I don't want to beat around the bush. We should probably drag that guy in for an interview one of these days. What's going through your head?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
we can make that happen.
We can get him in here. No, we can get jogging.
Can we bring him in here?
Yeah.
Let's yoink.
I got it. Mr. Jog, we need a real player interview real quick from you, sir. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that 0-9 performance that we just witnessed?
I'm hearing you. No,
I'm hearing you.
Is this being streamed?
I'm hearing you low. Yeah, it's being streamed. Do you have any words you'd like to share about your performance that match?
We've been capping on stage.
Can he hear us? I don't know if he can hear us.
I think he...
Jog, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Jog, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. Good stuff from you today. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you next game. All right, thanks. Bye.
I mean, what an interview. I mean, honestly, I think the insights that we got...
A man with true
Really, words. We just couldn't get him to shut up. I think it was the problem. you know, he was just really, you see a view into his sick, twisted mind.
Right.
So, you know, I'm shocked that he's able to contain all that.
Yeah, genuinely. I mean, a poet, if you will, with words. Fellas, listen, when we were in the break, we said that we had 2 more, and that was the second one. However, there's an important rule in the world, and that's the rule of calling LG, which we didn't do. So I think, as such, by the bylaws of the world, we have to call LG and make one more game happen.
Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, fair enough. It does, I think, I want to say we're going to get a final round to close things off. We'll be able to slow it down a little bit. And it does look like the way Foul Boys are going to be in the lobby along with that track. I think actually this is going to be a very fun game to watch. So I'm curious to see how this one works out. I am seeing as well that they are doing captains. So I think overall this is going to be pretty interesting. So yeah, fellas, I think it's safe to say the dojo is going to be going up against Az, Neon, and Utopian. Do we have any predictions going into this? Anything that we want to preliminary guess who's taking this one?
Great question. No idea. I think it's sorry, I'm also just still fixing my mic settings. I don't know what's going on. Now it's going back down again.
You sound fine in Discord, at least. I don't hear it doing that in Discord.
Good. I just see my audio levels just creeping downward. It's happening again. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It does look like we're going to be on Bernal, though, which is honestly, that's pretty fire to me. I think this is one of the maps that I enjoy watching higher ranked players play on. I would say that this lobby would qualify as such. Granted, we'll see the triple melee, of course, as well, which maybe does not benefit from it being Bernal.
Yeah. Actually, fellas, I'm going to let you take this one. I'm going to try and figure out what's going on with this mic, so I can take it away.
No worries. Yeah. So, Cody? What's going on, fella?
Yes.
You seem locked in over there. What's going on, fella?
I am locked in on something real quick. So very sorry. I'm trying to see what's going on with the code. There we go.
Yeah. I gotta address the question in chat real quick from Wolful Cody. He said, before y'all gave PHL leadership back, why didn't you guys rebrand it to something much cooler like the Sam League or the Cody Clash? Do you have any words for that one?
It was really in the works, man. I promise.
Oh.
I will say though, unfortunately, the queue has already happened.
Yeah, it looks like they're already in match. So I guess that's LG. That's it. They said they can restart. You guys should restart. Let's watch the last one. We got one more.
It's up to you guys. If you guys are too far in, no.
That's y'all's call. Let me know in chat though in the next 20 seconds. Okay, they said restarting. Okay. We're gonna run it back. This is our last game. I'm good to close it out with the final round. We, been a lot of cash out. My brain is firing on all cylinders. I'm good to dial it back a little bit. See a little more calculations happening out of the players. Cody, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure. I did see that we are restarting, so I'm excited. Really ended out with one last match. Hold on, let me see if I have the code. How are you feeling overall about Pugs being back, Sam? What were you thinking?
I've been having fun, honestly. I'm happy to see that the replays are working. That's just a personal hype for me. I'm glad that staying up till 3 a.m. multiple nights in a row was worth it to get that up and running. And also reinstalling Windows today. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, no, I'm happy that pubs are back. Obviously the community has been in a spot for the past 2 weeks. And I think, while we don't necessarily have tournaments on the board at the moment, I think things are starting to spin back up. That's all I gotta say. So I'm happy to be back on the desk talking about finals and watching the game, because in my opinion, it is still the most entertaining game to watch. And play. I enjoy playing the game too. So I'm happy that we get to do this weekly. And of course, I love as well, like, our community just banding together. It was really cool to see everybody that turned up tonight. You know, we've obviously heard that Tuesday nights are hard to make work for a lot of people, and the fact that we had as many as we did tonight is really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, with the fact that we don't really know what our schedule is in terms of esports at the moment, maybe we can do a time that works for everybody a little bit better on the weekends or something. I don't know, potentially. Could be cool. So yeah, how about yourself while we wait to get into this last one?
I am feeling good. I love pugs. I love the community. It couldn't be what it is without you guys, so I just want to say much love. But we are getting into this wonderful match, and we're jumping on with the lovely Astrak, who's kind of been popping off since he's been in pugs today. That BFR is hitting. I know he said he was using that to kind of warm up his aim, but I think he's feeling it a little too much. That emerald skin is also, right? Is that emerald? Is that emerald skin?
Yeah, that's
emerald.
think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that before, so
it is really clean.
You know, this is new to me. It is really cool. But overall, the live wires are starting to make a decent approach here. Seems like Yuto's making a great heads-up play to kind of constantly be behind him. The live wires, though, I think are opting to just go to A, expecting them to make that play. Maybe Yuto's going to start bringing it towards Church. Not too sure. I think they're wanting to maybe start the action. C4 is coming out. Lockbolt looking to get some sort of play in the RPG, the winch as well. The right click on the sledge, the damage is coming in. Down goes Astrak. Such a great winch from Wave Houses. This is a great play here. Already the Boundless are in a tough spot because two winch heavies that want player dead, and already player has a ton of damage on him. He's running for his life. The zip, they're gonna catch up. This is very scary. The goo comes down to block him. What a great goo. Player is holding out for every fiber of his being to stay alive, but Wave Houses wants that sledge. The winch comes in, the right click, and I don't think player's lasting much longer. Down goes player. Wave Houses starting to move the box. Sam, what does it look like for the Boundless?
So far, a lot of things being traded. You know, it's kind of one down and then one up from both sides of the arena currently. Livewires, of course, controlling this cash out, and you know, that's something that we talked about all night, is essentially, you know, the dojo. You got to make sure that they don't get set up, because the retake becomes significantly harder with the double winch, double sledge. They got the barricades. I mean, they have a lot of utility, not just for stall, but also to force you into them, which is obviously to their, you know, their profit, essentially, right? Like, as is currently on the winch BFR, you really don't want to have to fight them up close, which is unfortunately going to be the case here. So the lockbolt does connect along with that winch, as somehow staying alive here, but Wave Fauster going to kick that one up, but be traded out by Utopians. Going to find two there with that Matter shotgun. Player, though, with their repeater, that nice flintlock skin that just released, I think, this past week, is pretty clean looking. Gonna get Astrak back up here. It's gonna be a 3v1 situation as Wave Faust is gonna continue to try to kite here. I don't think he's gonna be looking for much of a res opportunity, but continuing to see if he can take one with him. But ultimately, player gonna close that one out, Cody.
Yeah, that was a really tough spot for the live wires, and I'm gonna be honest, I think wiping there, especially as late as they did, is going to be really, really punishing moving into this next fight, because that is a whole 25 seconds less that they have to make this approach. Even then, right, the timer's counting down. We maybe have 20, maybe 30 seconds left on this box, and they're just spawning in, and they are double heavy, right? So they don't have a ton of movement. The Boundless set up on top of this church, already taking some shots, and Wave Faust is having to burn dome just to make this push. And time, again, is counting down. We're looking at the cash box still, right? And there's even less time. Hopefully the gateway is going to get them a bit closer. Actually, they're opting to get on top of the church. But again, time almost non-existent. Coming in, they need to make a play quick. It looks like the steal, the zip line is getting in the way. Not once, but twice.
Oh, no.
Gonna fully ruin this push for them. The live wire is in such a tough spot with the right click. This is great. So much damage coming in. The winch as well. Wave Faust is just doing so much. Putting down the barrier, trying to reset a little bit, put up a little bit of space between him and the other side of the team here. Now getting the H+ to kind of reset him fully, and it looks like they're going for the res, but the defense player coming in, getting Yuto up, and now now the Boundless are fully ready for this fight. Not looking good because they are on the prowl. They want to take the live wires down. They're starting to collapse. They find him. Player getting a great pick onto Wei Fao. Now the Fausters throwing down the dome, the lock bolt, looking for something, the right click, trying to get something onto Yuto, and they're split attention back and forth. It's not enough. Down goes the live wire, Sam.
Yeah, that was a nice play overall. Livewires, unfortunately, kind of stuck in their back foot there. You know, even when they were sticking the res earlier, it's just they were too low, whereas the Boundless with the heal beam out of Player just being able to be healthy, which just winded up working in their favor. Player, obviously, of course, putting in work as well with that repeater. And the Boundless will be on their way to the vault. But granted, they got a ways to go still. And this is plenty as the Livewires actually look at this. They got a pretty fortunate spawn here, Cody. And I'm curious to see if we have a brawl here on top of the vault or if the Boundless are going to go ahead and pop this thing.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think a brawl is absolutely cooking because the vault has not even tapped yet. The Boundless in a great spot, and the Livewires want to get involved. The lock bolt coming in, getting all three. That sledge is going to be really tough when they're on that awning, so great play to get that broken. The barrier coming down to help bridge the gap. And now the Livewires, even though trying to make that attack get height, have now opted to go down again and maybe opt for a different type of push. Not having pad here, though, is really tough, I think.
Yeah, not having that mobility is definitely not at the advantage of the Livewires. I mean, this is a tough match, right? This is a tough map to be on if you're running triple melee. Wei Fao getting caught out there by Aztract with that BFR. I mean, that is so lethal against him that it's just going to be really hard. Player, though, getting winched, but the trade not coming in on the side of the dojo, unfortunately. Az starting to get caught here, throws the goo, manages to kite away while Utopian cleans up Wei Faustus in the back and finds two there with that Matter shotgun, Cody.
Yeah, the Matter actually kind of being not too bad of a pick here. I wouldn't say coupled with grapple is my personal cup of tea, but it is working, and I can kind of see it coming to fruition, right? They are using it to bridge the gap and get that burst damage that you need when you're playing against heavies, especially when they have that sledge. I mean, on a light, you are one hit away. I mean, even a left click is going to do a ton of damage. It's half of your health bar gone in an instant. And let me tell you, if they're getting a left click, they're probably getting another one because they're right on top of you. So you need to have some sort of burst. You need to have some sort of getaway. So maybe that's what the grapple's for, right? You want that burst of speed to get in and get out. You're not going to be dashing around too much because with dash, they're going to be able to catch up relatively easy, especially with that winch. So I think grapple kind of actually makes sense here. I feel like I've talked myself into the mindset that Utopian is cooking.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the grapple is pretty good. Here, I was gonna say the same thing. I think it actually allows for a lot of peel. You can kind of get in, look for sneaky angle, and use that grapple to get away from the melees of Wei Faustus and Wei Fauster, which can make things, you know, pretty pivotal if you can get a pick and get out with your life. I mean, we saw how much of a kill chain they can go on, but fight already exploiting out your Aztract down to 1 HP. The player gonna look for a pick there onto Wei Fauster. Utopian, though, going down to Wei Faustus, looking for revenge there. Aztract and player, last one's remaining on the side of the balance, a 2v2 situation currently, while Wei Fauster and Wei Fao are looking for an opportunity here to put the fight into their favor. Defib out a player coming in on the Utopian, but Wei Faustus going to catch Aztract, who is alone there. Utopian waiting for the defib sickness to wear off, going to try to get involved and look for some damage here. That grapple, here we go. Look at the mobility here as they're able to take ultimate height, a place that honestly those heavies can't even really get to, but he's going to start to get closed in on by Wei Fao here with that sword.
Oh, no.
Very, very lethal, but ultimately does get winched and cleaned up by Wei Faustus.
Yeah, you know, I think it was a great set of mobility, right? Moving around, trying not to get picked, but man, getting picked there confirmed this box for the Livewires. Now we're moving on to the third cash box. Don't know in final round. This is the end game, right? It is all or nothing, anyone's game. So you really got to be careful. I mean, you don't want to lose this lead if you have to. So it really was punishing for Yuto to get picked here because it just gave them the box for free. It also gives the Livewires a ton of time to set up, and we're seeing that now. They don't even care about the vault right now. They're setting up C for their favor. I think they're going to start to notice that 3 is a little bit more catered to D. I think they're maybe starting to do that, unless they're going to try to bait them over to C. I'm not too sure what the plan is from the Livewires, Sam.
No, totally right, Cody. And we're going to stay on here with Wei Fauster, who does have a lock bolt. They're trying to move the cash out with them. Interesting strategy to say the least. But you know, ultimately we're gonna see what they can make happen here and how they can close this thing out for themselves. As they try to play the setup game, it looks like Boundless gonna go ahead and tap Vault 3 here. Look to maybe find some positioning. We see player kind of spread pretty far away, probably looking for some intel with that repeater.
Surely they know, right? He knows. Yeah, he knows.
He's gotta know.
He knows the lock bolt coming in. Already Yuto's in such a bad spot. The grapple trying to get him out of there, but no, the lock bolt is sticking through. Wayfaust is taking a ton of damage, and they pre-grab the right click. This is not great for the Boundless. The live wires are playing so well here. I mean, they literally set a mousetrap, Sam.
Yeah, the same play there. Like I said, they just played the setup game. I'm not sure if they were trying to bait with C or not, or maybe they were just trying to move cash out C closer to D so that the rotate is even easier. But Aztrac, nice positioning here, finding the pick onto Wayfaustus. Gonna look and see if they can close this thing out as the box is dwindling down to about a quarter of the way completed currently. Aztrac gonna find the face of Wayfauster here. Gonna look to put some damage in, maybe clean this up as Utopian will clean that up with that Matter Shotgun. Now dropping the C4, gonna go ahead and drop the box and maybe look for a steal attempt here on the side of the Boundless. If they can get an early flip and continue to put this in their control, this is great. But Wayfaust showing nice movement there at the RPG though out of Aztrac, gonna get the trade out onto him. It's now a 2v1 situation as Wayfaustus is having to kite for their life. And if you're gonna wipe, this is probably the time to do it. You don't have much time remaining, and Aztrac gonna go ahead and close that thing out, Cody.
Yep, really great plays from the Boundless. I mean, the live wires were honestly coming in hot. They set up the point built for them, but now the Boundless have realized that, and they've honestly started to try to group them away from each other, right? They try to play as a team. I mean, the Sledge is better when you can hit 2 left clicks or 2 right clicks together, because you're getting that burst damage almost immediately, and you can't really respond. So you need to try to split them up. You need to try to play together, but far away enough where they're not getting value those Sledges. Now there is not a ton of time left. The crowd is starting to count down. They need to go for a play quick. Yuto having the gate to try to get some sort of angle. They're going for the steal. The headshot with the Matter comes in, and immediately the live wires explode. The Boundless taking it home for the last game of the night.
Yeah, let's watch this back real quick as Utopian just getting sturdy on the live wires and getting sturdy on the dojo, dropping in here, finding that nice headshot, like you said, on the way Faustus and getting the cleanup finally onto the last dojo player. An insane match. I knew this one was going to be close, and it was very fun to watch it go the distance, Cody.
Yeah, looking at the leaderboard, speaking of distance, I want to talk about the level of just eliminations coming out from Yuto here. The damage, I mean, even from Aztrac, right? Also 9 assists. I mean, he was involved in every single fight of this match, and you can see it. The damage, the eliminations, the assists, they were moving as a unit, and even player just doing what a medium does best, not dying. That is the most important thing, right? As a medium, you know it, Sam. You want to be alive for those defibs to get as much utility as possible. And there it is, right? 5 revives. They are doing their job as a medium, and especially getting some eliminations and some damage along with it. Looking at the other side of the leaderboard, though, Wayfowl kind of struggling to find a footing, which I get, right? You're running a sword. It's on Bernal. It's not really the best position to be in, especially when you're going up against Yuto with a Matter. That is one of the best ways to go against a sword light. You want that burst damage. The SH1900 is a little bit more of a risky play. It's not as much value in this game because it relies solely on you to hit those 2 shots. If you miss those on a sword, it's over. So the Matter, having that reliable, repeatable damage with big magazine, you can do a hell of a lot. And that's exactly what we saw. The Boundless played incredibly, but the live wires played incredibly as well. I mean, they had so many good setup plays. At the end of the day, Boundless just came out on top.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I think, like you said, that utility out of the medium going a long way there. The revives, of course, but also the movement. We saw zip lines, you know, coming into play that I really think helped, you know, the Boundless kind of close the gap and get positioning early, which was important, right? We knew that they needed map control. They couldn't let the dojo, you know, basically get control of the map because of how hard it is to retake, which is ultimately kind of what happened on that second cash out, to where they ended up losing control there on the side of the Boundless. So overall, in an excellent match, One thing I gotta say, Cody, is it is the end of February, and we said, that we were gonna be wiping the leaderboard, kind of quarterly. So I feel like now's probably about a good time. So if that's gonna be the case, why don't we take a look and see who we have on top?
Yeah.
All right, let's hopefully this works. I was trying to set this up while to wipe the leaderboard and keep it running. Oh, I had no audio that whole time. Yeah, that's what happens when I make the scene on the fly. You saw the leaderboards. You can check them out on the Discord. I was saying congratulations and all that good stuff. But Gary coming in first with 8 wins under their belt for cash out. And then Kakeshi coming in first in terms of MMR. If we look at total wins here, Jog coming in first for final round with 9 wins overall. So overall insane gameplay from them. We're gonna be wiping the leaderboards here after tonight, and we'll go again for our next Pugs split. Maybe we'll give out some prizes to the top players. Maybe that's something we could do.
We might have some prizes next time. Stay tuned. You might be interested. As Young likes to say, you might win a high sodium meal.
Yeah, it could win a high sodium meal, a Chili's gift card. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. We're gonna get there.
Let us know what you guys have in mind. Maybe we can do silly. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be multi-bucks. We can give out something silly.
Yeah. But that's it, guys. That's the end of TFC Pugs. We are back. We'll see you next Tuesday. I think Thursday we'll run another episode of the podcast live. We got obviously a lot to talk about. So if you're interested in hearing us yap, come hang out. We'll be live, I think, about 8 or 9 o'clock and Eastern Standard Time, and getting it underway. And that's it. Cody, anything to say before I go and raid this out?
Stick around for the pod, like you said. Be excited for Thursday, and stick around for more Pugs. And also stick around for some more news developing soon. But with that, we'll see you guys around the arena.
Yes, sir. See ya.